YouTube rolling. Let me see here. Where we at? Hold up.
Let me refresh it maybe.
Every time I come in the press room, you in the press room. Working on our Stars Hot-Tronic heat press. Using all the vinyl. Making all the picture tees. I like vinyl.
I'm about to just load these boxes up on that over.
Man, you gotta be a crazy little brother to get fired on your day off. What you get caught stealing boxes for?
Man, I didn't get caught stealing no boxes. He said he caught me though.
You get our rent paid.
Why don't you go in there and ask the girls real fast to see if they help us pay our rent?
That don't sound like a bad plan at all.
What's up, Pops? What's up, Smokey? I'm trying to set up a meeting with the girls, man. Okay.
Y'all wanna help me and Craig pay our rent?
Craig still owe me money from the last time he got me. He gotta learn a lesson. He shouldn't be stealing. Go ask him to tell that girl from last night to give him some money.
What they say? They said it's slow for real.
I'm about to just ask boss when we get our job that night.
Of course you can. Yeah! Every time I come in the press room, you in the press room. Working on our Stars Hot-Tronic heat press. Using all the vinyl. Making all the picture tees. I like vinyl.
I'm about to just load these boxes up on that over.
Man, you gotta be a crazy little brother to get fired on your day off. What you get caught stealing boxes for?
Man, I didn't get caught stealing no boxes. He said he caught me though.
You get our rent paid.
Why don't you go in there and ask the girls real fast to see if they help us pay our rent?
That don't sound like a bad plan at all.
What's up, Pops? What's up, Smokey? I'm trying to set up a meeting with the girls, man. Okay.
Y'all wanna help me and Craig pay our rent?
Craig still owe me money from the last time he got me. He gotta learn a lesson. He shouldn't be stealing. Go ask him to tell that girl from last night to give him some money.
What they say? They said it's slow for real.
I'm about to just ask boss when we get our job that night.
Of course you can. Yeah! Every time I come in the press room, you in the press room. Working on our Stars Hot-Tronic heat press. Using all the vinyl. Making all the picture tees. I like vinyl.
I'm about to just load these boxes up on that over.
Man, you gotta be a crazy little brother to get fired on your day off. What you get caught stealing boxes for?
Man, I didn't get caught stealing no boxes. He said he caught me though.
You get our rent paid.
Why don't you go in there and ask the girls real fast to see if they help us pay our rent?
That don't sound like a bad plan at all.
What's up, Pops? What's up, Smokey? I'm trying to set up a meeting with the girls, man. Okay.
Y'all wanna help me and Craig pay our rent?
Craig still owe me money from the last time he got me. He gotta learn a lesson. He shouldn't be stealing. Go ask him to tell that girl from last night to give him some money.
What they say? They said it's slow for real.
I'm about to just ask boss when we get our job that night.
Of course you can. Yeah! Every time I come in the press room, you in the press room. Working on our Stars Hot-Tronic heat press. Using all the vinyl. Making all the picture tees. I like vinyl.
I'm about to just load these boxes up on that over.
Man, you gotta be a crazy little brother to get fired on your day off. What you get caught stealing boxes for?
Man, I didn't get caught stealing no boxes. He said he caught me though.
You get our rent paid.
Why don't you go in there and ask the girls real fast to see if they help us pay our rent?
That don't sound like a bad plan at all.
What's up, Pops? What's up, Smokey? I'm trying to set up a meeting with the girls, man. Okay.
Y'all wanna help me and Craig pay our rent?
Craig still owe me money from the last time he got me. He gotta learn a lesson. He shouldn't be stealing. Go ask him to tell that girl from last night to give him some money.
What they say? They said it's slow for real.
I'm about to just ask boss when we get our job that night.
Of course you can. Yeah!
That's legendary.
That's legendary.
Yeah.
And,
Y'all actually won an award, the Boss Mags 2009 Ohio Hip Hop Award. Y'all won for that media outlet thing.
man, I don't even know. Yeah.
Like y'all won. He didn't even know he won.
What'd you say? Who was it?
You won the Boss Magazine 2009 Ohio Hip Hop Award. Congratulations.
That's legendary.
You live, bro.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Peanut, aka Dad Resource. Got my man Sackett Smith.
Man, what's good, bro? Welcome to the Legendary People Podcast. I am Smith, Joe Commando, bro, and we got a great show lined up for you tonight. But before we get to all of that, we want to give a shout out to all of our sponsors, bro. We are getting people who want to advertise their business on our podcast, bro.
For sure, bro.
Like, bro, we really divvied up some money with each other today, bro. Like, we are really making some progress, bro.
It
And
felt good, man. It felt real good.
it's
man.
cool, bro, for real, because y'all like really checking in with us and watching what we doing. So without further ado, we want to give a shout out to Sheiks. Sheiks, man, got the best breakfast in the city, bro. Best breakfast in the city. They got that turkey bacon. I learned that Sheiks does not mix their pork grease with their turkey grease,
No pork
bro.
on the fork, baby.
So therefore, you could go to Sheiks and get your turkey bacon, bro, and know that it was not cooked in a skillet with no pork. What are you talking about, man? Let's go. French toast breakfast at Sheiks. They got the best breakfast in the city. Then for lunch, go to my bro North at Agnes All Natural Grill. They are on Wayne and 3rd or 3rd and Wayne. They got jerk chicken, cocoa bread, and the jerk chicken bowls, and all kind of major stuff like chicken cheesesteak. So go see North at Agnes All Natural Grill. And if you ever get injured for any reason whatsoever, go straight to the hospital and call attorney Michael Wright at 937-222-7477. 937-222-7477. Kiara Wine is another major sponsor of ours, man. If you want to get drunk, go get you some Kiara Wine. Contact my
fine time. You get some Kiara wine.
contact my bro Big, who is Antoine Cunningham on Facebook, and he will tell you exactly how to get some Kiara wine. And Big about to do like a DJ battle too, and we're gonna be broadcasting live from the DJ battle.
That is,
No doubt,
that's crazy.
bro. And the last sponsor that we're gonna bring up is the
Last but
shop
not least.
area. The shop area, theshoparea.com. They have a little bit of everything, from baby items to electronics, kitchen items, and much, much more. Shipping is fast and free from the store to your door in 4 business days. TheShopItem.com. You can come and see us anytime, man, at T-Shirt Kings. We are TshirtKings247.com and Gold for Your Mouth. And this is the Legendary People Podcast with my brother like none other, Mr. Peanut Johnson, bro. It's back to you,
Bro, you just bodied that intro, man.
Yeah,
I'll give you credit today.
Appreciate that, bro.
A lot more coming in the future, man. But listen, y'all. I do not like to undersell what we have here today, okay? A lot of people on this live want to know exactly who this person is because he has thrown some of the most classy, elegant, most charitable events you've ever seen in Dayton, Ohio history, man. We are here with no other than my man, Jody Coleman.
Hey, what up, man? Hey,
up,
I
bro?
appreciate it, Smith over there. Appreciate
Yes,
it, man.
sir.
Peanut was good, man.
Everything golden, bro. So listen, bro. Here's Legendary People Podcast. We like to find out where our legends come from. So we got to find out the origins, man. So without further ado, where'd you grow up?
Hey, man, for real, a lot of people didn't know, but I grew up by Hilltop.
Hilltop.
Right there on Groveland, over in the hood, for real, man. People really didn't know that, 426 Groveland, man. And that's where I grew up at, man. And I went from there, I went to Parkside. So it was like from one hood to the next. You know what I mean? So, you know, to be where I am now, man, it's just like, it's truly a blessing, man. You know, I was definitely one of the ones they said that wasn't going to make it. You know, I was definitely one of the ones I wasn't going to graduate. I'm a college grad, working on my master's, man. And it's just like, just trying to get me together, man, from where I came from, man, coming from Parkside, Hilltop, and stuff like that.
Okay,
man.
so, like, who were some of your early, like, childhood friends? Like, let's start first. You know what I mean? Like, before you get to Parkside, let's start before you get there.
My all-time best friend was Rick White.
Rick White.
That was my best friend growing up, from kindergarten on to you know, high school. Beyond high school, we still cool to this day.
Coach Rick,
Rick White, yeah.
Coach Rick,
That's
my bro, man. Yeah.
Rick White, De'Arrow Hill, man, Antoine Kelly.
Yeah.
Those are guys that I grew up with. You know what I'm saying? Chuck Ramsey, man. Those are guys that I grew up with in the hood, man. For real, man. We hung real tight, man. That's what we did. Some of my mentors from there was Alan Spears, you know, coach for opponents. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then my big brother JJ, man, that's how we got down. Bobby Carr, you know what I'm saying? The Cars, if anybody know about the Car, I grew right behind them, the Terrence Rod. That's how our hood was, man. People didn't realize that, man.
Man, so what was that like around that time? Like running around, I mean, like that's a large list of friends. Like what was it like in the neighborhood?
Man, for real, we didn't know we was poor, man. You know what I'm saying? Cause we had so much fun, man. We went in from I don't know what it was with my mom, but we couldn't go out of the house until noon. I don't know what that was. We, so we sitting at the window waiting to go outside, but we would go outside, man, and literally, man, be at McKay Park, man, shooting ball. Lee Benson lived around the corner from us, man, 6'9", you know what I'm saying? So Ryan Benson, rest in peace, man. Those are the people in the hood where we grew up at, man, and we would go play ball from sun up to sundown. It was either basketball, football, baseball. It was something that we was gonna be playing in the hood, man. That's how we got down.
So what elementary school did you go to?
I went to Jackson Elementary over there, and then I also went to Patterson Kennedy, man. Those are the two elementary schools that we went to.
Yeah, for sure. But you also got a friend that you had since 9 years old, which is Josh Alford.
Josh Alford, but Josh came along a little later. When fifth grade. Josh Alford, Khalid Jones, DeMar. But you said we was gonna worry about them a little later. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Thank you, Jody.
Take a point
from me. Take a point for Peanut, bro. He trying to speed ahead, bro. We want to know about them younger years, bro. So you growing up in Hilltop, about what time frame is this, bro?
This is back in the mid '80s, man. You know what I'm saying? This the mid '80s when.
So are we lit? Like, are you seeing like? Don't know that you poor. No, but none because we just living day to day. You know what I'm saying? We all we living in the house that we in, and it's all good, right?
Yeah.
But do you see drugs? Do you see poverty? Do you even know that this shit is like happening for real?
Man, honestly, man. And shout out to my boy Sherman too, man. Sherman Lightfoot, man. Rest in peace, man. He was another one.
Sherman, man.
That's my man's in them, So when we grew up, man, it was like I didn't really see that, even though it was all around us. And where we came at, if you was an athlete, they didn't mess with you.
Right.
And people don't. I mean, I could play a little ball, but people didn't realize I was really, really good in football.
Yeah.
Really, really good. If you ask anybody from the hood, they'll tell you I was really, really good in football, man. And I stopped playing for some other reasons, but
They called you little Icky Woods, huh?
yeah. How did he knew that too? Like for real, like
You don't get a point.
yeah, for real. Hey, you know what I'm saying? So they, if you ask any people, matter of fact, I got a my boy Larry, man, he came from Washington. He's come down every summer. And I'm gonna keep it real. Hey, Larry, if you listening, man, I'm gonna have to keep it real. Larry Stevens, man, shout out to him, man. He came down. He was like the worst athlete that I ever seen. I'm looking like, man, like the worst athlete. So he coming back, and every year he getting a little bit bigger. And shout out to my little brother, another one, Jason Coleman, man. That's another one, man. That he was a great athlete, man, as well. So he came down. So next, I'm gonna speed up a little bit. I went to the Marine Corps, and his uncle Rod hit me up like, man, Larry is one of the top recruits in the country for football and basketball. What? I said, you gotta be kidding me, man. The dude that got picked last,
Right.
Yeah.
the dude that got picked last, he went to the University of Michigan, number 13. If you look back in the mid 2000s, he went to the University of Michigan, made the NFL, played for the Bengals for 2 years. Look him up, Larry Stevens. And he even said he grew up with the Trufants. If you ever heard the Trufants playing for the Atlanta Falcons and all them, he said you was the best athlete I ever seen as a kid.
Wow.
Yeah. Talking about you.
Talking about me.
Wow.
I said,
That's sweet.
you made it to the NFL, not me.
Right.
But he said that. And if he listening, man, shout out to Larry, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Larry, man.
So did you play football for any like team, or was y'all just playing in the street?
I did. I played for Rolf. We had the best team in 1991. We was the best team in city history right there, man.
Yeah.
Sean Reed was on that team. Deshaun Hadley was on that team.
Yeah.
Keith Poole.
What position you play?
I played defensive back and running back.
Yeah, running back. That's about the most important position on what grade are we in?
It's seventh, eighth grade.
Sure.
Yeah.
Running back, quarterback, the most two important positions. Did y'all throw the ball any, bro, or you just got most of the work?
It was crazy because we did this play called twin pass, and I don't understand how we scored so many touchdowns because basically it was just Deshaun Hadley was quarterback. He'll act like he was going out. My man Eric McCain, Gerard's brother, Eric E.
Oh, yeah.
He would fake like he getting. They'll throw it to him, and then we'll throw a deep pass to Keith Poole. And Keith Poole had at least 20-some odd touchdowns off that play.
Wow.
Damn.
And I'm like, how did y'all not know that we was gonna do that play? That was our bread and butter play. And we had a one kid, man, James Briscoe, man, rest in peace, man. He was a white boy, you know what I'm saying? But he was the coldest running back, man. He was cold. He went to Dunbar and it didn't really work out for him. He was the coldest running back in this area, man. If anybody know who James Briscoe is, man, besides Sean Reed, he was one of the coldest. So we threw the ball. Deshaun threw the ball, but it was just like crazy. We was blowing everybody out. Only team we struggled with was Stivers.
But for you to play running back in the 7th grade, that does speak to your athleticism, man, because for the most part, they gonna hand that thing off.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I didn't get a lot of carries because you playing behind Sean Reed, you playing behind you know, James Briscoe. You ain't touching it in the 7th grade, but I did play defense. I got some big hits, and you know what I'm saying. So.
Right. So, like, what's the transition going from one hood to the next hood for you personally and for your family? I mean, you got your mom and dad there, or what's
Well, that's crazy because the reason why we even moved, man, and I'm gonna be transparent on this podcast, is I was coming home one day and walking from school, and everything's in the yard, you know, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? So I walk up the street and come back down. The police are coming, and I'm like, they was like, do Robert Allen, you know who Robert Allen is? Like, yeah, it's my dad. They was like, they run in the house like he Nino Brown. They run up in the crib like he Nino Brown. So I'm sitting there, but I really ain't never seen my mom cry until that day because she knew something that we didn't know. And they took my dad out in cuffs, man. And I didn't see him again for 10 years.
Damn.
So, you know, even though we lived by there, we had a house by a hilltop. They boarded everything up, man. We was homeless, man. We was basically going house to house, man, living in a car, whatever. And people don't know that. So we end up, you know, living with my mom's friend for a little while. And then that's when we got a Mercy house. That's where we ended up going to Parkside.
Wow. Okay.
So that's
How
how.
old was you, Jody?
About 12.
About 12. You was 12 years old when this happened?
12 years old.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what happened with Pops?
You know, he was in the streets. You know what I'm saying? And he kept it away from us. You know, he kept it away from us. That's why I said I never seen it.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying, he was in the streets, and I don't know, what transpired.
Right.
But, you know, I know one thing, when he didn't snitch, because that's what, you know, somebody snitched on him, because there's no way that he's gonna do 8 to 15 years.
It was they came and arrested him because he was hustling. Yeah.
Wow.
What was task force or just like?
Yeah, all I know was Dayton Police Department.
Yeah, they boarded the whole house up, so yeah.
That's all I knew.
Bro, that is a hell of a story. Bro.
And from that point, it was crazy because we went from really being poor but not knowing to knowing we were poor.
Right.
Oh, we knew we was poor. At this point, you know, I'm 12, 13 years old, and I had this hate for my dad because I'm like, man, why couldn't you be like everybody else's dad, and you could have worked at Taco Bell and I would have been cool, you know, but he didn't, you know, he did what he decided to do. And my dad was really good in football, so that's how I ended up going over to basketball, because I want to do everything exact opposite of what my dad did.
Wow.
That's why I started playing basketball real tough.
Wow, man. So I mean, like, you got an older sister, older brother?
Got an older brother, JJ. I got an older sister, Mika. I got another brother, Tyrone, that's on my dad, on my dad's side. Another little brother, Jason. I got a little sister, Dree, and I got a little brother, Jonathan.
All right, well, salute for that. So mom got to try to put everything together. So, like, what's it like now when, like, you try to go to school? I mean, cause like, at first when you go to school, I mean, you don't even know that. But now you seeing the difference between Johnny's dad, you know what I'm saying, Ricky's mom is looking at him. What's like for you going to school at that point?
Man, it was crazy because I end up really, that's how me and Rick and Twan, that was my family. I stayed over there with them. It was like they took me in like I was their own, because I didn't want to, you know, we didn't have a lot. So the little bit we had, I didn't want to eat. So I would leave and go over there so my little brother and little sister can eat.
Wow, man.
Because my mom would go to bed eating some chips and a Pepsi. That was her dinner. So not knowing, you know, my little brother and little sister, not knowing really what's going on, I was like, man, I don't want to eat up everything. I was eating, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I kind of like went and stayed with Rick and them, man, and that's what I did, man. And they was family. They took me in, and like it was no problem. It was not a skip and a beat. But you know, now I know I'm poor now. Now I know I'm poor. I'm wearing the same stuff to school. I'm sharing clothes with my boys there. We share clothes, man. We went to different schools, so we was able to share clothes, and nobody knew. It wasn't social media, so we ain't take no picture in it. Right, so we was, you know, Antoine went to Meadowdale, Rick went to Patterson, and then Rick started wearing uniforms. And then I was at Belmont first before I went to Colonel White.
Yeah. So, for instance, so it's a story about Josh Alford said about sweaters.
Man, actually, this was a little bit older, man, but I know I let him borrow my sweater. He never gave it back. If you're listening, man.
He still won't.
Hey, it was a red polo, baby. Hey, it was a red polo,
Man, I
man.
remember somebody did something like that to me too, bro. Somebody took my damn one of my Transformer toys, borrowed my shit, bro, and never gave it back.
Who is it, bro?
His name, they call him White Mike.
White Mike, bro.
White Mike, man. We played soccer together, man, at the day
We on
bingos,
your
man.
helmet, White
Man,
Mike.
White Mike, bro. I need my motherfucking Rodimus Prime. That's what it was, Rodimus Prime. It was right after the Transformer movie when Optimus died.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it. That would be class. You be making bread off of that right
Got
now.
my fucking Rodimus Prime.
Yeah,
Man.
man. Optimus Prime.
Hey,
Well, Rodimus came
after,
Optimus.
yeah.
Get your bucket. Get your bucket. Get your bucket, Slim. Get your bucket,
I
Slim.
need that, man. Got my damn. That's what I'm saying, bro. They only made about goddamn probably 100 of them Rodimus Primes. You
Oh,
feel
yeah.
me?
Oh, yeah.
This ain't even
Yeah.
Optimus, bro.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is his predecessor and shit. You feel me? White Mike,
legendary.
come on.
But
in,
I do
my
got a
nigga.
funny story about Josh, man. We was in the 5th grade. I just met him.
So the first time you meet somebody, Josh was real hyper, man. He was a real hyper dude.
You know, and I'm like, so we in line, man. And he liked to play a lot. Back then, he liked to play a lot, man. And I was turning around, and he smacked me on the back of the head. Didn't even know who I was, man. I'm like, who is dude, man? We don't play like that.
Right here, man, you know what I'm saying? So we about to get into it. So that's how we ended up being cool. And then he come over the house. I had a lot of football cards. I got like over 7,000 football cards. I still got them to this day.
Yeah.
And man, to this day, Josh, he know. I know he listening. He took my Bo Jackson rookie card.
What?
Yeah, I ain't gonna never forget. He took my Bo Jackson rookie card, man. And he said he lost it. He kind of stole it from me, and he took it to the house, man. Because this is still when we living over. He lived in Rolling Circle, and I lived by Hilltop. So yeah, he know.
Bro.
I tell him about that to this day.
Yeah, cuz you owe down, bro. You owe down.
Jackson rookie.
That shit's worth a couple of bands right now.
Man, Google that while I get to this.
Yeah,
next
we're
one.
gonna Google that shit and
So-
see how much it's worth, bro.
So now you have new friends that like you are like now starting to get around Parkside. But now, so like there's certain people I know who live in Parkside. They said like they really like Parkside because it's more of like a family like vibe because it's like everybody kind of blended together because they ain't got much. So you had some people made macaroni and cheese that day. Another person made chicken, and y'all eating with two different families at the same time. Is that similar to how you grew up?
Really it wasn't like that because by this time we in Parkside, I'm kind of staying.
More over Rick's
Oh,
house
okay,
at the
okay,
time.
right.
But when I did come to the house, it was all love. We had the Javits, we had families across the street. We would go play ball. They would never bother us. They even down there, they would never bother us, man. We'd go to the park and hoop over there, man. It was all love, man. We never had no issues down there or nothing like that, man. So it was more of a family atmosphere. And my mom always said, because we always kept a clean house. My mom always kept a clean house. So no matter we lived in the hood, she said it ain't gonna look like we live in the hood. She used to iron our clothes until basically.
Almost got out of high school. My mom would literally iron our clothes.
Wow. Shout out to Mama Love, man. Shout out to Mama Love, man. So now you're starting to migrate into your high school year.
Yeah.
So what leads up to the high school year? Because we all said like that's when we start smelling ourselves as men. We start thinking, you know what I mean? I'm a little slicker than slick. I'm a man now. What was your first? You think you slicker than slick, but not moment?
Man, I'm gonna say probably, man, my little bit after my freshman year, my freshman summer, man. So, you know, now my friends.
At C-Dub, right?
Yeah, I was at Belmont first.
Oh, okay.
I was at Belmont. I was at Belmont. My first 2 years I was at Belmont, man. And so, you know, they had the teachers.
Right.
I ended up breaking my hand that year. I broke my hand in a basketball game the freshman year. So, you know, it's like I'm hanging with Rick. I'm hanging with my boy DeMore. Shout out to DeMore. He's another guy that I hung out with. CJ. You know, all these guys I'm hanging out with, man. And we call ourselves going over a little chick's house or whatever, man. But, you know, skipping school to go over to these chick's house, man. And I know I tried to do it. I'm trying to do what everybody else. I went.
What? You said
Yeah. Name was, but it was funny though.
Wow. So
On a skip day down there.
On skip day.
what was your first time skipping?
First time skipping, man.
First time skipping.
I'm thinking I'm going because I'm a virgin at this time, so I'm thinking it's about to happen.
Yeah.
Nah, Nah, and then when she came to school, she acted like she didn't know me.
So was there anybody at the house when you knocked on the door?
It was somebody, but it was not the right color.
Right. Oh, Nate, that was awkward. Bro.
I went to the door like, nah, this ain't the right. And I dip out, so I'm catching them.
Yeah. Right.
I'm pissed. You know, I'm like, dang, that was just a.
So what you do for the rest of the day?
I went back to school because you know when you could go back to school because everybody was in the gym. Mm-hmm. No matter what school it was, everybody was in the gym.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A little upset, but you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, it could have been a lot worse. You could have been shot by the police.
Right.
And only you will laugh after that.
It's not funny.
I know.
It's not.
Edit!
These damn police. I said we're canceled. Damn. I wasn't making a police joke.
All right. So then we get to the part of homecoming, right? So I saw a homecoming picture of you, right? And then 3 spaces down, somebody commented and said they very first day of school, they was there with their girlfriend. Fred said he's there with his girlfriend, and his girlfriend said, in the earshot of him, said, damn, he cute.
So by this time I done transferred to Colonel White. So like me and Fred cool. You know, we cool, man. I never knew that happened, but you know, I don't know, man. It was crazy, man. You know, when you go to a new school, man, you the new kid.
Yeah.
You know, everybody want to know who you are. You know what I'm saying? And I was in the abyss at Belmont. I come to Colonel White, who was lit. You know what I'm saying? So it was a whole different atmosphere. But when he said it, I just cracked up because I didn't know, because I didn't know who it was. I didn't know. I was just I'm still naive at this time, man. I didn't know what was going on, man.
Yeah.
Bro.
Wait, you been in Parkside and Hilltop. You knew what was going on.
Hey, look, everybody listening on Spotify, Apple, he had on the crispiest felines you ever seen.
Yeah.
He had his stripe. I think it was Tommy. I don't know.
Yeah, it was Tommy. Tommy jeans, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was Tommy. And crease, okay? He's not lying on Mama Love. Mama Love makes sure he was creased when he leave the crib, man. So I'm going to let y'all know. But Bray, so there was a picture by yourself, and Bray Nate got out on there. He said, how come you cropped your boyfriend?
Hey, man. First of all, I think Nate was there. By that time, Nate should have had graduated 18 years before. Hey. You know, he was homecoming king for like 3 decades straight, man. I just said, I don't know how he pulled that one off, man, but shout out to Nate, man.
Bro, it's funny because in my research, I found a picture of Brave Nate with hair. It blew me away.
If I can find it, my mom, I got a the next year, or I think it might be my senior or junior year, I got a picture with me and Nate. Mm-hmm. So why would you have that homecoming? And I'm dead serious. I gotta find it.
So wait. Smed's got a legendary handshake with
Brave Nate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, as far as Nate is, oh my God, bro. Hell no, I ain't telling that story. You know why? Because listen. Nate was cracking on somebody, and then me and the person Nate was cracking on got into a fight. But my bro, like, he a real nigga.
Yeah.
That I got into a fight with. I ain't cracking on him no more.
Hey, Nate definitely missed his calling, man. That's a funny dude, man. He a real funny dude.
Shout out to Brave Nate, man. He's a friend of the show.
Nate, bring your ass on the show, man. You playing, bro.
So, like, what's life like at that point? Like the memory I'm sitting at is homecoming. You down there fresh to death. You know what I'm saying? You brand new at school. The shorties at you a little bit. You don't even know it yet. You know what I mean? You just vibing.
Right.
So, sports, anything like that is on the table?
Yeah, basketball was on the table, man. So I come playing at Belmont. I did play at Belmont. So I come over to Colonel White basically to try to hoop. And my first year, I mean, they loving me at Colonel White. And here I go, I'm ineligible.
Damn.
I'm ineligible because I never went to class. Anybody know I never went to class, man.
What year are we at Colonel White?
Now this is 90, first year was 94.
94. Okay, 94. So you were a sophomore in 94?
No, I was a junior in 94.
A junior in 94.
And when I say that I never went to class, I don't know how I graduated.
Yeah.
And shout out to my main man, Gerard McCain, man, because he the one that was dragging me out the hallway,
so
man.
This like Was Anthony Talley there, or he had already
Talley
graduated?
was already he graduated that year that I got. He was already gone. Like
He was
him
gone.
and Kirk Clay and Beats, all those guys.
Tracy
was still there.
Tracy was still
Dion
there. Okay.
was still there.
Okay.
So
Shout out to Tracy,
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
and Amp, man.
he was already gone when I got
Yeah,
there. But
yeah,
Trey
yeah,
was
for
there,
sure
and Dion Cash was still there.
Right.
D Cash, shout out to
yeah.
my bro D Cash, bro.
He got another guest appearance on what's about to happen later. But also you make a really good friend there, which is Corey, right?
Yeah.
Corey. So like, what's your interaction during that time? Because I mean, he is a official staple later on. Period. Like he's always there to support us like that. So like, did y'all become like best friends in high school and like that?
Well, really, in high school, we didn't become like really best friends. Like I said, in high school, it ended up being like I said, I'm still cool with Rick. You know what I'm saying? We still down. Tyrone Berry from Dunbar, Oswald Worsley. He was at Colonel White. So those are the guys that I started really, really clicking with, man. You know what I'm saying? Because Tyrone would come because he was so cool with us. He would be up at Colonel White all the time. So that's how I ended up getting cool with them like that. And DeMar, guys like that, that's who I was real cool with, you know.
Right. Okay. So basketball season, like, how'd y'all do?
They did well. You know, it's crazy because I got a funny story about this. So it was like I played the first game. It's like a scrimmage, and I dropped like 18, and I only played like 2 quarters, and I'm like, oh, it's about to be a big season for me. So everybody, and I'm like, okay, I'm on JV. And I know eventually I was gonna play varsity, but I was like, I don't want to play varsity if I'm gonna be sitting the bench. I'd rather play JV and get my buckets.
Yeah.
So, coach like grades need to come in, and I'm getting ready to get on the bus and everything. He like, I need your grades. You know, Coach Lane was like, I need your grades. I'm like, all right, cool. So Toya McGee, shout out to Toya McGee.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, I need your help. I know she was always on honor roll and stuff like that. So I had her go get the grades from the teachers, and then I put my name on the top of the sheet so I can try to be eligible to play.
Yeah.
Now, you know what I'm saying? So it worked all the way until Staten got a hold of it and found out it wasn't legit.
Damn.
It wasn't
Did you
legit.
get any? Did you play any games?
I couldn't
after
play.
that?
If I would have played, they would have had to forfeit everything if I would have played.
So you didn't. Which he found out before.
He found out before
any
the game.
games took place.
Because the first game of the season was against Dunbar.
Okay.
And he found out before that. And that was just crazy, man. I was
Did he say like, bro, these grades ain't right?
I don't even know how they found out, but you know when the grades come out, you can go check them. You know what I'm saying? And they knew my grades wasn't that high. They knew I didn't have no 3-point something. Everybody at least knew that.
Yeah.
I kind of should have did it differently, but it was
Official, like teachers putting stuff on there.
Right.
But it was Toya McGee's grades.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow, man.
Damn. But Toya didn't get in no type.
She didn't get no trouble because I never told because I ended up putting my name on top.
Yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
no, it was-
Yeah, man.
It was my fault. I should have took my butt to class. That's what it was. You know, now I look back at it. If you regret something, that's one of the things I definitely regret.
Would you consider that a legendary mistake?
Definitely. I definitely like when you look back, but also I look at it as an adult. Like now I know what to do. You know, that was kind of like a aha moment in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, you can't try to be pull stuff. You got to be real with people. You know what I'm saying? Take your butt to class. And it's crazy when we keep going, but
So like, what's the next step after now? I mean, now you're ineligible. I mean, so like you can't get your grades back up by the. So
I kind of said F it.
how mom feel about that?
You know, it was almost like I hid it from her for a long time. Because, you know, by that time, I'm really not in the house like that. You know what I'm saying? I started working more. I worked my first job at Kroger's.
Shout out to Kroger.
So, you know, on Kroger's on Gettysburg. So, you know what I'm saying? I was a bagger up there, and pretty much everybody was working up there, man. So I just started working, and I'm telling my mom I'm going to basketball practice, but I was ineligible.
Wow.
Everybody do stuff like that though. It's real.
Yeah, that's crazy. So now you still working and you going to school. So now, I mean, you probably suffering on the homework because, I mean, you working. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But now you got some money.
Yeah, a little money in my pocket. Yeah.
Right. So now what's life like around that time for you?
It started becoming great. You know, you got money in your pocket. The chicks know who you are. You know what I'm saying? And now I done grew 8 inches. I was 5'3" as a sophomore, ended up being almost 6 foot as a junior. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it was just got a mustache. You know what I'm saying? It started being completely different. Girls are paying attention. You know what I'm saying? So now life is a little different, man. And then when they got me a little car, you know, I had if everybody know me, I had the Grand Prix with Jody C on the license plate, man.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I thought I was that dude, man, and life was good, man.
Okay.
All right, you guys, we are coming to, well, we're a little bit past the half an hour mark. So we want to give a shout out to our sponsors real quick, man. Sheiks for breakfast, man. Make sure you go to Sheiks. They got the best breakfast in the city, for sure. Then go to Agnes All Natural Grill for lunch. And if you ever get injured in any kind of accident, you want to call attorney Michael Wright at 937-222-7477. When the time comes for you to have a little bit of wine, you want to make sure you drink some of that Kiara wine. And you can get Kiara wine from my bro Antoine Cunningham on Facebook. And we want you to go to the shoparea.com. They got a little bit of everything from kitchen supplies to electronics to stuff for your child. The shipping is free with 4 days shipping. So make sure that you hit the shoparea.com. T-Shirt Kings 24/7. We are the Legendary People Podcast. We got Jody Coleman in the building, bro. Sure. And we going to get to what happened after he was ineligible and couldn't play basketball no more. But he did grow. He did grow a little bit. Okay. Couple of them little babies started looking at him, you know what I'm saying, a little different. He started feeling himself, got him a whip. So now we're going to see what he does when he gets his whip right after this commercial break.
Every time I come in the press room, you in the press room. Working on our Stars Hot Tronic Heat Press. Using all the vinyl. Making all the picture tees. I like vinyl.
I'm about to just load these boxes up. I'm out your way.
Man, you gotta be a crazy little brother to get fired on your day off. What you get caught stealing boxes for?
Man, I didn't get caught stealing no boxes. He said he caught me though.
You get our rent paid.
Why don't you go in there and ask the girls real fast to see if they help us pay our rent?
That don't sound like a bad plan at all.
What's up, Pops?
What's up, Smokey?
I'm trying to set up a meeting with the girls, man.
Okay.
Y'all wanna help me and Craig pay our rent?
Craig still owe me money from the last time he got me. He gotta learn a lesson. He shouldn't be stealing. Go ask him to tell that girl from last night to give him some money.
What they say? They said it's slow for real. I'm about to just ask boss when we get our job that night.
Of course you can. Yeah! Look, I just made all these shirts for Michael Wright. TL show. What we got, bro?
Hey man, what's up?
Yo, what you got, bro?
Man, we got we got these shirts, man. Look at the greenish.
Hold on, pull one out, bro. Pull one out.
Quality shirts.
Yeah.
Not just
let me see the back.
Quality shirts. What's happening? What's up, guys? Yeah, we doing it right here at the T-shirt.
Yeah,
y'all didn't know, come and get some of this T-shirt.
Yeah, man. Look. All right, you guys, we are back, man. Hey, look, if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, bro, if you're watching on Facebook, man, please go to our YouTube channel. I'm about to put a link to our YouTube channel, man. Go over there and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We got all of our Legendary People podcasts right on YouTube, man. We got Binge Watch Mondays where you can just watch everybody, bro. We done had Daquan Cook on here. We had Ron Hunter, had Ken Lowe on here, Tommy Owens. I mean, like, bro, like the list. We had Ron C on here last night. We got Winona Chenault on here. We got Jay Vett, Mobley. So we've done probably close to 40 interviews now. So you guys go and watch what we do. And, man, we 75 subscriptions away. We had 925 subscribers. Once we get to 1,000, we're going to start getting a little bit of money. So go over and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm going to put the link down here in the comments. Man, we want everybody to comment that's watching on YouTube and comment on Facebook, bro. We're going to read all these comments, man. So just check in. If you got questions for Jody or memories that you guys got with each other that you know is funny or cool or interesting, put it in the comment section and we're going to read them here in a little bit.
Get a chance to see his face, his honest reaction.
Yep, no doubt. Peanut, back to you, bro.
It was good, man. So, yeah, again, we're now at the part where, you know what I'm saying, you got a job, everything's good, you got money in your pocket, the shorties on you a little bit, you know what I'm saying, like they smell you. But also during this time, you're starting to network with the people that's there, because now you kind of getting a little notoriety yourself. Like, how did that feel coming from where you came from, where, you know, you had to share clothes in the third, now you got enough to go get fresh on your own?
Man, that was crazy because you never thought that you would ever be like this. I didn't know life was supposed to be where I actually was supposed to be. You know, I grew up, too many people. So when I started, basically shoes, you know, it does feel good to get a little attention when you was invisible for so long.
Wow.
You
Yeah.
was invisible for so long, sure. You know, back then, dark skinned dudes really went in. You know what I'm saying? When I would go with my cats to go meet girls, I would always be the odd man out. I would either have to be a comedian because, and they would leave me with girls cockeyed. That's why I get back with. So I'm like, I'd rather not talk about. I end up being a comedian.
Yeah.
I had to crack jokes and stuff like that because it's like the light skin, all my friends light skin. Man, so it was like, good hair. I got little nappy hair. You know what I'm saying? Little nappy hair kids. So I had to become a comedian just so I wouldn't be left out.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
So getting, starting to come up a little bit, man, felt good. But I also still remain humble because it was just like, man, I'm still really not here. I'm still not getting the caliber of women that I feel like I want. You know what I'm saying? So that's when, I did meet my kid mom after that.
Okay. So
I too am a comedian.
nah, but I mean, it's feel like you're not looking the puzzle like he putting together though, because
I'm just playing, bro. I just put the camera on myself, bro. I know how it feels.
you better. Bro, why, bro? Why?
I kept it. All right, go ahead, man.
So, because some of us, man, had to develop a actual personality, right? Before we got-
Get you a store. That helps.
Nah. So anyway,
But a woman get you good old
we ain't
business.
gonna make no damn sense. Sorry. So what's the next step after? Like, okay, so now you're going into senior year. What's your senior year like?
It was crazy, man. Senior year was cool, man. And now, like I said, I'm meeting different people and stuff like that. And I still didn't get cool because guess what? I was eligible.
Damn.
Now you need 12 points to play, man.
Let's just like package that real quick. He's making enough grades to go to the next grade, but not enough to still play. Man, as a actual like coach, do you feel that that's fair for them to like I passed, but I'm still ineligible?
I mean, you pass, but you still ineligible. Yeah, it's fair. It's fair. It's right.
It's crazy how it went down. Like, summer league, I bought out for summer league. I'm supposed to be starting. I'm supposed to be man. You got James Charles, you had Nick Girl, you had Richard Go, rest in peace. We had a nice little team put together, man. And, that year, Daryl Martin, he came back to that. He did have D. Martin on the team as well, but not that year.
Right.
So I'm like, this is not my time to shine.
Yeah, mess with that mic for me, bro. Check it out. Y'all give us 1 second. We got to fix something real quick, man. We'll be right back.
One quick commercial break. Yeah. Y'all actually won an award, the Boss Man 2009 Ohio Hip Hop Award. Y'all won for that media outlet thing.
Man, I don't even know.
Like y'all won. He didn't even know he won it.
What'd you say? Who was it?
You won the Boss Magazine 2009.
Yeah. All right, we back, y'all. Go ahead. G.
Yeah, man. So we had a good team, and I'm like, man, I worked real hard this summer because really that was the summer that me and Rick, who had just came off a second team All City at Patterson, really should have been first team. We worked hard this summer. We lifted weights, man, and we really tried to get better that summer. And I fell short again. I mean, I fell short where I was supposed to be the man. If anybody know, if you Coach Dayton, I really was working hard, man. The jumper was wet. You know what I'm saying? One of the best jumpers in the city. If anybody want to argue, they already know. If you was around, you already know. And I blew it again.
Wow.
I blew it again. And it was like this time it wasn't nobody's fault but me. I couldn't blame it on nobody. And it was crushing. It was crushing because I knew that I was actually trying to go to class.
Right.
But it was almost like them, I would get a D when I should have got a C, just like little stuff like that. But I was mediocre, and that's my fault. I should have never been okay with one man and eventually graduated. So
What were some of the bad habits that you felt that you picked up along the way in high school that you feel that you can benefit by telling somebody to avoid that pitfall?
Man, first of all, man, it's okay to be smart. You know what I'm saying? I thought that, coming from where I came from, you ain't supposed to be smart. If you smart, man, people gonna laugh at you. If I could go back and really pay attention, kids these days think it's not cool to be smart, man. It's okay. It's it's okay. So I didn't think it was. I thought I was just gonna be able to get by. Because when you hear, like I said, I'm big into sports, and I love sports. So it's almost like I would be like, oh man, so and so, you an athlete, they gonna let you.
Right.
To get by, not just somebody that was ineligible the year before. Just because you good in these players' eyes, don't mean you good at the next level. It ain't like no colleges or nothing was looking at me or nothing like that. So.
Wow. So like, what's it like graduating and I mean, like you dreaming to go to the next level basketball, not having that. What's that like at that point?
It's crazy because I ended up getting into North Kentucky.
Okay.
And going down there actually trying out for the team. Actually, it was having me on the team at North Kentucky.
Oh wow.
Like on some real stuff, and I was just like, they didn't care because I was walking. I was able to walk on to the team. And I thought I was really gonna get an opportunity down there. And the coach was really feeling me because he saw me at interview. I was hitting 40 points a game. And if anybody wanted to argue, just said, don't let them know it was the truth. And I'm balling down there, you know what I'm saying? And the crazy thing, y'all really don't believe my kid's mom with me, who hates me to this day. She said, nah, I got down on the court because that's what I'm gonna do. And I went to the trials and they was really feeling me out there. And once again, some things happened where I had to come back home when I left school.
Wow.
But it wasn't like I was gonna get started. I could at least have made the team.
Right. So like, what's that like going from? I mean, clearly from the hood to college. I mean, because at that point in time, I mean, you in college, so like your dream ain't just college. It's probably basketball more than just college. What's it like to hit another roadblock again?
It was like, am I supposed to win? Am I really supposed to win at this point in my life? But then I got to think like, everybody where I'm from work at GM. Everywhere I'm from work at the factory.
Yeah.
So guess what? I'm not meant to graduate from college. I'm not meant to be successful. I'm meant to go home, give me a job at whatever factory is hot, and spend 30 years there and try to make the best life of it. But then
That's so heartbreaking, man.
Something off in my head, and when I came home, I said, man, this ain't my ending. This is just my beginning, man. So I went to the Marine Corps.
There we go. So man, so like, how did Mom Dukes like support the situation?
Man, she supported me when I came home. First of all, she gave me a place to stay when I came home from college. So I was working in Myers for a little while, and at the time, my kid's mom had actually moved in with us.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? She got pregnant. She got pregnant with my daughter. And I was like, I gotta get out of here. I need to do what's best for my family, what's best for for my family. And I went to the Marine Corps, man. And she really supported that. She really supported me getting out here because I'm 19 years old at the time. I'm a 19-year-old man up in the house. Laying around eating all the,
Yeah.
my name on the orange juice, you know what I'm saying? It was time to get up out there, man. By this time we had moved to Riverview before she ended up buying the house she in now. That's happened, man. So it was like, hey, I need to go to the Marine Corps. So I went to the Marine Corps, man. And that's what really changed my life. I knew I could get in.
What's basic training like for the average person who never seen anything of it?
Man, it's crazy, man. Basic training is actually fun, but when you're going through it, it's terrifying. Because you're like, man, they yelling at you. You like, man, you can't say nothing back. So if you from a hood where you know if you say something, somebody gonna hit you. You gotta sit there and spit on your face. You gotta sit there. This dude this close to spit hit me on this. Remember when Jody probably like spit hit right on my lip when he was One time, man, I keep my spit all across the side of my face, bro. He yelling at me that much, and I gotta sit there just like you looking at me. I gotta sit there and take it. I gotta sit there and take it. Yes, sir. No, sir. And it was culture change for me, but it showed me that discipline that I was missing in my life. And I ended up getting it. Not only did I go down there, but I graduated #1 out of boot camp. I was #1 graduate. I was coming out of grad. I did it all. When I went down there, I excelled. I was the best at what I did.
What was that like going from where you hit a roadblock when it comes to everything that like you just automatically was attracted to going doing something different for your family, and this being something that's actually something that you excelled in?
It's crazy because when I went down there, like here, I felt like a lot of times took a lot of back seats, and I was, sometimes I felt like I was too calm at the time. But when I went down there, I didn't know nobody. So I wouldn't represent Dayton. So when I went down there, I'm like, everywhere I'm from Dayton. You feel me? dating. So when they, I'm from dating. So when I went down, I got people really like, man, what's dating?
Yeah.
I got friends from New Orleans, I got friends from Alabama, my boy Pissy from Mississippi, man, my boy Clyde from New Orleans. So they from the South, so they you know, they like, so what's dating? I heard about them. What's dating like? So I went down and I showed them. So when I graduated, it was aggressive as I was, man. Played all Marine basketball, was all Marine basketball, man. Leading the base and scoring 23 points a game. It was like, oh, that's what
Similar story for Rodney Lowe.
you see what I'm saying? Like, that what y'all doing dating. Yeah. My boy Pitts and Clyde is on, man. Shout out to them, man. Friends like when you meet people.
Right.
Hold on, Jody. Mike over there tripping again, bro.
So did you ever have to engage in any like warfare, combat, anything like that? Okay, so it was basically basketball because who we had on here before?
Rodney
it was
Lowe.
Rodney Lowe, and what he said was, if you truly was, so I believe you because if you truly was a hooper, you wasn't shooting guns, you was balling. So like after you get done with that, you come back. And approximately what year is that when you come back from the Marine Corps?
So I got home in 02, man. So when I got home in 02, it was like you know, I'm with my kid's mom at this time still, and I had my son, I had my second kid, my baby Janae. Shout out to my baby, she's getting her master's at University of Michigan.
Salute to that.
I got my baby boy Jody Jr. You know, he doing his thing, just graduated. Matter of fact, his birthday is next Monday. So
Happy birthday, young
you know what I'm
king.
saying? So you know, so I get home and I'm telling her like, man, I'm gonna try to be with this woman, trying to be with her, but it didn't work out like that. So I get home, man, and it's like when that relationship was over, that's when I think I really came out of my shell, man, and I start being so timid. I start getting out here, man, doing what I like. And from that point on, I was like, man, I'm gonna do what I like, man, not what everybody else want me to do. I start realizing that I'm as good as anybody at this point. Like, and it was no slight to anybody, but I was no longer just gonna be taking the back seat to nobody. I don't care who you were. Whether we hooping, I feel like I'm the better than you. I don't care if you talking about some chicks, I can get that chick. You know, that's how I felt. Because I'm at this point like, man, I'm just as good as anybody. I used to always feel like maybe they were better than me. Maybe they look better than me. Maybe they got more money. And I got to the point like, I don't care who you are. And I still feel that way to the day.
So I want to ask you in hindsight, do you attribute that directly to going to the armed service?
Nah, I put a combination. It's the armed services, how my family dealt with me earlier. Actually, the trials and tribulations of coming through where I came through, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't even understand anything of how I grew up until kind of like now. So I put all that together, man. And during all that stuff, man, and even though I didn't get a chance to really fulfill my goals and my dreams in high school, I feel like I still had a learning step, and it was something that really helped me to be who I am now, man. Like, I feel like if I had the same attitude now that I had back in high school, I would have been eligible. I would have been, sky would have been definitely been the limit.
But bro, going into the military, so was this any wars going on around this time?
Nah, actually, when I got out, it's crazy because my kid's mom was pregnant with my son. We was going to the Navy base, the Navy hospital. 9/11 hit.
Damn, so you was in the military?
Morning, yes, the same morning, we're going to the hospital for her to get checked out. She hadn't had my son yet. So we're going to the hospital, and we looking at TV, and I'm talking about the base. It took so long to get on base. I'm like, what, man? I'm thinking it's a movie. I'm like, okay, what's this movie about to come out? You start seeing these planes coming on the TVs, and everybody quiet. They put the flags at half mast. I'm like, man, what's going on?
Right.
Come to find out, the world, that was 9/11. I was in the hospital at 9/11. That's where I was at.
Bro, you chose the Marines.
I did.
Out of all that's like the toughest one, bro. What made you pick the Marines instead of like the Air Force? Because it seemed like most bros, we want the easiest check possible.
Okay, 2 reasons. The first reason, I'm going to be honest, it had a lot to do with my friend Josh, Khalid, Steve Saucer, shout out to Minister Saucer, Tyrone Berry, James Cameron, all those guys went to the Marine Corps. Robert Jackson, all these guys that we knew in high school went to the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
So they went before me. Like I said, I went to college first. So when I went, that was the first one, but in this, I did want to be the best. My uncle was a Marine. My Uncle Ronnie was a Marine.
Okay. Yeah.
And he wanted me to come out to the West Coast because he's out in L.A., my Uncle Ronnie. And I'm like, man, you know what? I want to be the best. I want to be the hardest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want to show you that I'm the best, and that's what I did. That's what made me really pick the Marine Corps over all the other ones.
Man.
Yeah, it is, man.
That's real good, bro.
Absolutely is.
So no wars at this time. And when 9/11 hit, are you saying that this is the day that you actually got out of the military?
No,
on 9/11.
9/11, I still had about 8 months left.
Okay.
But by that time, we had so many people volunteering to go. When I went to volunteer to help out, it was already packed. It was too many. Like the waiting list was so long, and then I only had so much time. I wasn't re-enlisting because I ended up hurting my back playing all Marine basketball. So
yeah,
I couldn't go, but I volunteered. Everybody wanted to go.
You wanted to actually
man,
go
everybody
to war?
wanted to go, man. Yeah, everybody wanted a piece of that, man. Everybody wanted to go.
So going to a war, right? Did you have it's kind of like we all seen a movie where they say a black man should never fight in the white man's army. You this and that, and plus all of the questions around the weapons of mass destruction. Did you have any of those type of reservations to feel like, man, I don't know if this is a war that's worthy? I mean, that's right consciously, or did you say, you know what, man, I'm going to go and defend this country because that was your job and that's really what you signed up to do?
You know, some real stuff, man. At the time, I had my daughter, and by that time, my daughter really was 2 or 3. My son was, my son was born right after I got out. And man, like I told you, man, I wanted to be everything for my kids.
Yeah.
I wanted to be what I felt like what my dad wasn't for me. I wanted to be for my kids. So when I came to the Marine Corps, it was like, man, this is what I got to do. I never had that thought process. This is a white man's war because I never did that much research. Because by the time you get in there, they become your brothers, man.
Yeah,
we all in here.
We together.
Right. I can't be in there and me and Peanut in the foxhole, and I'm like, I really don't want to do is you get your head blown off because of me.
It's a bunker mentality.
It's like, man, I got your back. You need to have mine, and that's how we got down. So I didn't really care what the circumstances was. It was like, I'm here.
Yeah.
So while I'm here now, when I got out, maybe my mindset changed. But while I was in here, I'm gonna give you everything I got because I can't let you not go home, and you better not let me go home.
That's bro. I respect that.
Yeah.
Like to me, because for instance, because you got this whole woke culture now to where like they will try to, like step over what they felt they had to do, which they had to do in order to come home and also to keep us safe. Whether you go into a war, start a war, whatever may happen, they still had to go take care of what they needed to so we can be safe.
Oh, yeah, definitely, for sure. But seeing how he was about to get out of the Army,
Marines.
And the Marines, I'm sorry, my bad, bro.
And there, you hear that? Give me that point.
Yes.
That point, man. Give that point up, man.
But getting out of the Marines, right? I don't know, because I had a couple of people who went to Desert Storm.
Yeah.
And they was like over there really shooting shit up. And they had the same type of mentality. Like, what I'm saying? They felt like they had to go over there and take care of that business. No matter what the political side was, or because anytime there's a war, I think even with Vietnam, the civilians always kind of like protest the war and shit. You know what I'm saying? They always like, what are we fighting for? This is unnecessary. You killing people for no reason and shit. So
Now, my son was in, I would think about that like, nah, son. Like, but why you in? You got your head down and you just doing whatever you told.
Yeah.
Now, like, if I look back, hindsight, I'd be like, man, what was I thinking about?
Yeah.
But while you in there, like I said, I have people I'm still cool with to this day, and I can't not be there for them. You know what I mean?
That makes me want to draw a parallel that I think when it comes to cops, I feel like cops feel that same call of duty when it comes to their job. They feel like, I understand the climate of what's all going on out there, but I got to make sure that my coworker that I go eat lunch with every day make it home to his family every day. I've never had that epiphany until you just said that, bro. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, police do a very, very dangerous job, bro. They go running into the line of fire and go and get involved with shit they don't got nothing to do with.
It was some cop who just died on his very first day. His very first day, he got killed.
We just did a memorial shirt for a police officer down in like North Carolina. A lady died.
That's crazy.
Yeah, a sheriff. Real shit.
Yeah, man. So, man, listen, we not on that here, you know what I'm saying? We want to salute everybody that's keeping us safe, not the ones threatening us. That's all we don't say across the board.
That's right.
So, So now you come back. How's mom vibe now? Because at first when you went to college, you know what I'm saying, you hit the wall. You come back. You say you go to the military, Marines, respectfully.
Watch that. Give me my point back.
Just
fucked up that quick.
Look, I only said it because he said it. So anyway, so now moms look at you a little different now because now it's like you succeeded at it.
Okay.
What did that feel like for you to be honored and you did everything you could up to that point?
You know, it's crazy because she actually came to my graduation when I graduated from Paris Island, and she saw her son be honored in front of I was top out of 500.
Wow.
That is cool,
Yeah.
bro.
Hey, Mom, you listening? Post that picture of me and you.
Yeah.
Because people be thinking it's cap. Right. Nah, man. Whatever I say is legit, regardless y'all like it or not, man. Regardless, but it was good. So then, I got friends that knew that, and actually one of my staff sergeants on staff sergeant Morrow, if you still on there, man, if you watching, man, shout out to him as well, man. Right. But it's like to come home and really feel like I accomplished something. You know what I'm saying? That's why I came home, but I didn't know what I was going to do when I got home.
Right.
Because when I got home, it's like, man, like, once again, I thought, go get me a job at GM and call it a day.
Approximately what year is this?
This is 1902. I'm sorry,
Okay.
2002.
How many years did you do in the Marines?
4. I did 4 years.
Okay.
4 years. Yeah.
Okay.
So I got out because I hurt my back.
Yeah.
So I get paid for the rest of my life because I hurt my back playing basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Open.
That's legendary.
Hey, the military basketball.
It ain't military.
Yeah, it's military.
No,
Marine.
you play everybody. When you're Marine, you play everybody. You play everybody.
How many?
Let's take a little fucking point.
So, cause Rodney Lowe, and then I got my little bro, man. Shout out to Brian, man. Be Love. Man, he played in the Air Force.
Yeah.
And all he kept telling me is like, bruh, I played everywhere. I've been playing against everybody all over the world.
Yeah.
They in Korea playing, and they in Hawaii playing. And like, shit, man, he couldn't take it more serious.
Right.
Like, it's like for real.
Yeah.
It was the college experience that I wanted.
Yeah.
Right.
It was a college, it ended up being the college experience that I wanted. And it was fun. And then if you the go-to guys, it's even more fun. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know?
Well, I want to draw that parallel right there because, not to go too further forward in the point, like you eventually started a podcast, and you were pro college athletes being paid.
Yeah.
Is that part of the reason why? Because you got a chance to see what it's like to be paid and play basketball, and you absolutely love that experience. Is that where that comes from?
Well, really not really. That goes kind of different because I look at it from a perspective of a college athlete. They get a $250,000 scholarship. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's being paid right there. Because my daughter was lucky enough to us to pay her way, but I would have wished she would have had a scholarship.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, not saying she didn't have one, but I'm talking about to pay the whole tuition. So it's like you getting $250,000. If you go to your Alabamas, your Floridas, your Ohio States, that's what if you go and you're a regular student, that's what you're paying. Mm-hmm. So I feel like you are getting paid. I feel like college athletes been getting paid. Now we talking about the revenue that they make, as far as what they make for the school. Like Tim Tebow had the highest gross in Jersey, and he didn't get one piece of that.
Absolutely.
Now I'm not feeling that. I feel like this is what I always said. Okay, these athletes that make money for these schools, they should get a percentage of it, but don't give it to them until after they leave the university, either leave in the university or graduate. Mm-hmm. Because when let's say you got a sophomore, right now they letting people get paid. So we got the sophomore making $6 million, a quarterback for Alabama. Right. This other dude over here eating ramen noodles, he might rob that dude. I'm eating ramen noodles, you got $6 million, you rolling up here. First of all, you already got all the chicks on you. You already got all this. Now you coming up in this Maserati, whatever car you want to get, this Maybach, and I'm sitting here eating ramen noodles. If I catch you slipping, that's the mentality some people may have.
Yeah,
it's not fair that I'm a sophomore too, and you getting all these accolades, man. People are jealous. Come on, man. People are jealous in this world. If you got what I don't have or what I want, I'm going to get it from you in some kind of way. Yeah. So that's why I said I think it should be after they graduate that they attain that money. Not that they don't get it, but after you leave the university or you graduate.
What about if they did a tier system such as, like, even though you were a freshman, you get a freshman paycheck. When you're a sophomore, you become a sophomore check. And then now you start to solve that problem of the one and dones because now you have a tier system of, okay, I can see you keep playing and I'll make more money.
It's incentivized for you to stay a little longer.
Yeah, but how much money you really gonna make? So you ain't gonna make what the NBA giving you.
No.
It ain't no way they can pay them like NBA. So My thing is, I always believe them boys should have never not been able to go straight from high school.
Right.
Because I went to the Marine Corps, and you know what I'm saying, I went straight from high school,
Right.
you know, basically went to college for a little while, but most people can go straight from the Marine Corps and do that. You can go and you can vote after this, but you're going to tell me that I can't go play basketball somewhere.
Basketball.
I may be better than them dudes that's making millions. LeBron was.
Yeah.
You think this thing?
Absolutely.
Think about LeBron if he had to go to high school, got to go to college.
Right.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Right.
Yeah.
That would have been unfair to them college kids. He would have dominated just like he done. So let that. Some people are just phenomenal, and LeBron was one of them.
And risking injury too is what I always think about.
Right.
That asterisk
Well, the
there.
reason why they make people go to college is because it was cutting college out of all these superstar players.
Yeah.
In college, nobody was interested in college anymore because it was only like second-class people going to college. If you was really good, you would go to the NBA. So college just felt like, look, bro, y'all taking away our slaves.
Hey, hey, I like how you put that. But college basketball is trash now because you just said it. If I get to be a junior in college, I'm not good enough to go pro.
Right.
How am I really get to go pro? It's people like, man, I gotta leave after my freshman year, even though I average 7 points a game. I better go while it's hot. So I get that.
Yeah. Okay, so back to the story. What's happening now after you come back? You know what I'm saying? You got your kid. It don't work out with wifey.
Nah.
Now, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you see, you got the GI bill and all your
Hey.
money going on. What's going on for you now?
So then I move in with my boys Ash and Tyrone, man, and I start really living. You know what I'm saying? We kicking it hard, man. You know what I'm saying? I started going to Sinclair, man. You know, still not really knowing what I really want to do, but at least going to Sinclair, got the GI Bill, so I'm doing that. But I kind of was at a standstill. Ended up buying my first house right here on Point View, 205 Point View. I ended up buying my first house right there, but I was at Johnson Control and get laid off. Wow. So now this is where life became life for me, because now my kid's mom getting the car wreck, so I got the kids full time, no job. I ain't know what I was gonna do, man. I don't know what I was gonna do at this point in time. So I'm sitting there like, man, this is crazy, man. I got to figure this out. Yeah. So I got the house. At the time, I'm not in school. I got my money from my back coming in, which wasn't a whole lot, and unemployment was next to nothing.
Right.
Man, and I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go ahead. I feel comfortable saying this right now. So I got the kids full time, and I don't know if my mom even knew this, so if she listened, this is the first time she found out about it. So I had tried to sell some furniture to somebody because I was broke. The dude didn't have no money, so he gave me a gun. He gave me a gun for the payment. So I was like, all right, cool. I ain't no gun guy. So man, things was hard, man. Really, really, really to a point where I'm like, man, I don't want to be here no more. I don't want to be here no more. Have my kids. So one night I asked my mom, I said, Mom, can you watch the kids for me? She's like, all right, you can bring them over. So I packed their bag and I wrote a letter at the bottom of the bag. So I get ready to go. My mom called me back and said, I can't watch them tonight. I'll watch them tomorrow night. Well, now, mind you, I'm broke as I don't know what. Got my kids. House a mess. I'm a mess. I ain't got nothing going for me. I'm talking absolute nigga. About to come take my house. My house is three notes behind. My car note, 3 notes behind. Yeah. I ain't got no money. I ain't got nothing, bro. I was like, man, this ain't for me. I didn't want my kids to see this. You know what I'm saying? But at the time, I'm still taking them to school. You know, my son was he wasn't old enough to go to school. So my mom said she couldn't do it. The next day, I was gonna do it. So let me go ahead and tell you what's in the letter. It was a suicide letter. I was gonna blow my brains out. I was gonna blow my brains out, period. So the next day, still had the same mindset. And I'm sitting there on the couch, and my house is a complete mess. I hear a knock on the door. It's my man Ray. Shout out to Ray Lindsay,
Shout
man.
out to Ray.
Him and his people come through, and they just start instantly cleaning up. Talking about, y'all got something to eat? I'm like, I don't know. Start making spaghetti. They're like, I'll be right back from the store. They start cleaning up. Didn't know. Now they don't know what's going on. They just know. I never called them. I never called nobody. I tell you, my family didn't even know this. So I'm sitting there, and they clean up. They come back, start doing my daughter's hair. My daughter's hair looking at me. My daughter got long hair.
Is it just Ray, or is it Ray and his girl?
Yeah, Ray and his girl.
Ray and his girl.
And they came in and just started.
Loving.
I'm talking about, they didn't say a word. They didn't say, they just started cleaning up. Start cleaning my house. I'm talking, when I say my house is a mess, and I keep a nice house. And they didn't even say a word. So, but they leave. But I'm still feeling the same way. And this was a kicker. Now, mind you, I ain't called nobody because my phone was off.
Right.
My boy Gerard came over.
Shout out to Gerard.
He came and just sat on the porch with me. He didn't know. He just talked to me, man. I hadn't talked because me and Gerard was we like brothers. We are brothers.
Yeah.
But I hadn't seen him because I had distanced myself from the world.
Everybody.
And he just stopped past the crib. He had no idea what he did.
Oh my God.
And all he did was sat on the porch. I got a little swing on my porch, and he just came and was talking to me. And we talk about basketball, you know.
Yeah.
He talked to me. I'm like, damn, you know. So I still was gonna do it, but I felt better. Like people do care. Now, mind you, I hadn't heard from nobody in weeks.
Right.
No haircut, no nothing. Kid you not, man. I didn't have no money or nothing. So the next day, because my mom still couldn't do it. And I thank God she couldn't do it. Because I really feel like I would have did it. I get a check in the mail from child support talking about I overpaid. I said, how the hell?
Glory be to the Most High, bro.
I said, how the hell did I overpay? I didn't argue because my son didn't have no diaper. I'm putting shirts around him. And I'm like, man, I ran down to People's Market down there and cashed the check because they didn't need an ID. I said, I don't care how much y'all take out this check. Went and bought my son some clothes. And right before that happened, I remember I had went to church, and my daughter had her shoes. She was busting through her shoes. And my son had on some floods. And I'm just crying. And my daughter, she said, Daddy, it's okay. I won't wear no shoes.
Man, bro. Hey,
man.
this is the best
Bro, man.
story I done heard, bro.
That's crazy, man.
My daughter's 6 years old. And she said, Daddy, I won't wear no shoes. I said, nah. So that's how, even though she said it, it was almost like, man, like I can't do this no more, man, because I'm not who she need as a father. You know what I'm saying? And I kid you not, man, when that happened, I got this check, and this is a true story. I swear to God, it's a true story. I got this check. I went and bought my daughter some shoes, some clothes. I was able to pay a few things, get her some real food in the house. Now, mind you, I didn't have a job. I was going to the job center every day, sitting in the back there every day. I put in for child support as a job. I kid you not, I swear to God, it's a true story, man.
Yeah.
I never put in for child support. I get a call. Hey, is Jody? Yes, Jody. What's up? Because my cell phone was off, but my house phone was still on. This is Jody. Hey, how would you like to come in Monday for an interview? I said, where? Children's Services. I never put in at Children's Service. I never put application.
You put in child support.
I put it at child support, but the dude saw me coming in there every day, and he did it for me. I swear to God. I never put an application in, and I got a job at Children's Service in the record department. I kid you not, I never put in the application there. I put it in at child support to be something that was over there. And he took it and see me in there. He made my resume, and he did it for me. Because he said, I seen you come here, you didn't say a word. You came in the back of class, you came here day after day, you brought your son in here, telling your son to be quiet. Your son was so amenable, he sat there, and he said, I did it for you.
Do you know that brother's name?
I cannot remember. I think he's still over there. I cannot remember. If I seen him,
Shout out to the bro, man.
Shout out to
I can't
bro,
remember
man.
who he was, but he worked inside the when you first used to walk in the job center, you used to be able to go back and do the jobs right when you walk straight in, and he was over it. If anybody remember who his name is, he wore glasses, light skinned guy. I can't remember what his name was.
Please put in the comment section, man, because we want to give that brother proper life, man.
So when that happened, it was like everything just changed for me, man. So I ripped the letter up, got rid of the gun, and I just started living from that point, man. Then on top of that, the military told me, come down there, right over there by the job center. Over there, it's a little place that the military go, and they help you out. They pay my rent. They paid my mortgage. So they paid my mortgage, and then gave me like three different. Yeah, it's over there, but that's where the military office is.
Yeah.
And they gave me like 3 Kroger vouchers for $200, and you can go get what you needed.
Yeah, get you on your feet.
And they did that for me, and it was just like from that. And her name was Miss Coleman. Was ironic.
Miss Coleman.
And that's my last name.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
but no relation, but she took care of me, and she was like,
Just
don't worry
like
about it.
family. That's a bar.
So mind you, people say, what did the military do? That if it wasn't for the military, I wouldn't have those opportunities. I wouldn't have been afforded those opportunities. So people say the military did a lot for me. So when that happened, it was like from that point, let's ascend up. Let's go.
Yeah.
I got my butt back in school. Like I said, I graduated from Central. Graduated top 10% of my class.
Oh my God, man.
I won a Tom Joyner Award for top black male. Great point. I had a 3.78 GPA.
What's that like going from the start of skipping school all the time to damn near wanting to end it to now a brand new start, man?
It was like, man, like don't fumble this opportunity that I'm giving you. And I didn't. You know, I went in there and it was more focused. It wasn't that I couldn't do the work in high school. I didn't want to do the work in high school. Like I said, I didn't think it was cool. I thought it was cool to hang out, you know. But when I got to college, it was like, let's make sure you get an A on this paper. Let's make sure that you turn this paper and make sure you focus.
What's your major in?
My major is marketing, business marketing. And right now, I'm in there to get my master's right now.
Wow.
So,
man, bro, I want to stop to clap it up, man. Like, bro.
And that was just like real powerful, man. And
oh my God,
man, I think that we'll be tripping if we don't give the Most High, man, like a huge shout out, bro, because the timing, bro. The timing of, man, shout out to Ray the Barber, bro. Man, Ray Lindsay, bro. Yeah, man.
He had no idea. Gerard, man, they had no idea, man.
They came over. They hadn't been over there. And they just pull up on you, man, at your lowest moment, man, and catapult you to at least being, like, a level up.
Build you a little
yeah, just
build
give you a little level up to just hold off for a minute. And then for them to, the money comes through. Like, I don't know, man. Nothing. And what that does is, bro, that story right there, like, it's not even about you at this point, because for everybody else that is in that moment right now, because there's people in that moment right now who's tired of this shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's a tough life out here. Like, bro, we got to go through so much in order to just maintain what we got. Save face. You know what I'm saying? Wear your mask.
As a man, yeah. Period.
And man, that shit is so tough to get through all the time. You'd rather not even deal with it, bro. You're like, man, this shit's too hard. Like, all the temptations that the devil's got for us, day after day after day after day, all of these fights and battles, it will make you say, I'm cool. I'm cool on this shit. But there's actually something greater, man, if you can just keep going, bro, and fight another day, because, like, for your children,
oh my God,
man, it would have been devastating to them. They would rather have a dad, like, fucked up but y'all together than them not have you at all and have to go face everybody for the rest of their life and say, my dad killed himself. Like, that is one of the most horrifying things to have to say. That your dad or mom killed themselves. It's like it's almost an embarrassment in there to have to say that, bro. And for them to not have to walk around like that for the rest of their lives, man, it's so major, bro. We just got to thank the Most High, bro, because I see it on your face when you was telling the story. I seen it in Peanut's face. Man. And, bro, we was all like, we was in that house with you.
Yep. Absolutely.
I think everybody watching was in the house with you, like, damn, bro, it's tough.
Yeah, man.
It's tough, man. Man, glory be to the Most High, man. Jody Coleman in here, man. Hey, man, everybody go to Sheik's for breakfast, man. You feel me? Go to Sheik's for breakfast. They got the best breakfast in the city by far, bro. French toast platter is my favorite with the turkey bacon, scrambled eggs with cheese. They put a couple of chicken wings on your plate, and even some strawberries sprinkled on there, man, just to make sure everything looks real good for you. Go to Agnes All Natural Grill for lunch. My bro North got this brown sugar lemonade. It's amazing. It's very, 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 very good. It's refreshing, and yeah, it's what you want. Cocoa bread and jerk chicken. If you ever get injured, call attorney Michael Wright at 937-222-7477. And when it's time to get drunk and drink a little bit of wine, make sure you drink Kiara wine, man. And you can buy Kiara wine from my bro Antoine Cunningham on Facebook. Get in his inbox and he'll tell you how to get it. And then last but not least, the shoparea.com. The shop area has a little bit of everything from baby items to electronics, kitchen items, and much more. Shipping is fast and free from the store to your door in 4 business days. The shoparea.com. We at T-Shirt Kings. We are t-shirtkings247.com and Gold for Your Mouth. Camera Kings. We do a bunch of stuff inside the shop. So come through and see what we got. Absolutely. That's a bar. That's a bar. Yes, and I am Smedro Commando in the building, and I got my brother like none other, man. Me and this bro is like this, bro. Absolutely. We got the great Peanut Johnson, bro. You see what he do at the Legendary People Podcast. Peanut, back to you and my bro, Jody Coleman, bro. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you graduate college, you know what I'm saying? When did you venture into now doing the Jody Coleman show?
Actually, that was before I graduated. So get on Facebook. So my man Dana Carter, man. Shout out to Dana Carter, man. So I'm not really in the social media joint like that. I'm like, man, I don't really care about that. I don't care if them, whatever. He said, man, just get on Facebook, bro. I'm telling you. Take this picture. So I said, all right, man, I take the little picture. So I get on there, it's jumping. I'm like, man, I ain't seen this person, yeah. So my not knowing about Facebook, I'm telling people I'm in like on their page, not saying anything wrong, but I'm thinking nobody can see it but them.
Oh yeah.
And I'm saying like, man, da 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 da. And they like, wait, everybody can see this. I'm like, oh, like snap, like, oh no, man, like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, brother Mary, you know what I'm saying? Hold on, you know what I mean? Like chill, so. I'm in there, man, and I'm like, man, this dope, man. But so we got to getting on there, and I started asking this my thoughts and putting my thoughts on paper on social media. So somebody like, man, you always saying you asking all the right questions. Right. So now the females are like, oh my God, he's this and that. Mind you, it's legit. I wasn't really trying to get at nobody at this particular junction. Right. So I'm like, all right, cool, man. So I got on there and I was talking to somebody that was about to move from here to, I think, Atlanta. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, man, why don't y'all want to stay in Dayton? I said, why y'all get y'all education? Y'all always want to go to Atlanta and all these different places, man. Why don't y'all stay here and let's make our city just like everybody else's? Why can't our city be like everybody else's?
Getting their education and leaving Dayton. That's a bar.
You know what I mean? So I'm looking like, why can't we stay here? So I said, how can we make it better? So I like, people don't get honored. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do a show. I'm going to do a show that honor the people so they can feel like they welcome in their hometown. How many people done left and don't even represent Dayton because they don't feel like they got the love? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They didn't, Ron Harper. You know what I'm saying? He felt like he didn't get the love, so he don't rep us. He be repping. He from somewhere else. Right. Mm-hmm. He from here. He went to Kaiser. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So I'm looking like, okay, how can we do this? So I said, I got on Facebook. I said, man, I'm going to do a show. So everybody kind of was laughing except for Gerard. Yeah. Gerard, he didn't even have a social media account. He got on his brother Eric's account like, hey, I'm in. Hey. And I'm like, you ain't even got an account, man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And it's free, by the way.
Yeah, and I'm like, what you doing? So, I kid you not, man. We set up, we went ahead and I put on there, I said, what do y'all think it should be called? So everybody going through their names. So Janelle J, shout out to Janelle J, she said, call it the Jody Coleman Show. Yeah. I said, word? Good. Let's roll with it. So the initial team was me, Gerard, Corey Shirley, Reggie Graham, Sean Martin. Yeah. Ray was a part of it, Steve, Minister Stalser. These are the people that was initially a part of it. Derek Malone, you know what I'm saying? Guys like that. Derek Malone, bro. My first guest was Darnell. That was my first guest on the show. Coach Hoskins. That was my first guest on my show. So when we did it, we came up with the scenarios and this and that. We came up, was this. Was it at Michael's or was that the first one was at Therapy Cafe. Therapy. So I'm like, let's do this. Yeah. So I go and they let us get in the therapy, and I got on stage and there wasn't nobody in there but Sean Martin, Gerard. I think it was Sean and Gerard at the time, and there was nobody in there. Yeah. And I was nervous. I was like, why am I nervous? Ain't nobody here. Yeah. I'm like, man, I don't know if I can do this. Mm-hmm. And Gerard said, man, be who you are. They come to see you, bruh. I said, you know what? They are coming to see me.
Yeah.
And I loosened up. I never felt nervous. And I had one at Michael's that had like 400-something people at. And I never felt nervous after that. I felt like I was talking in my living room.
Yeah.
Right.
So we ended up doing the first show. Did pretty decent. I had,
bar later because
Yeah.
when you set it up, I had the couch and all
Yeah.
that. Like it literally was your living room.
so it's like I got my first guest with Darnell. Then I had Derek Malone on the show, and I think I had Dave Martin on the show. Shout out to King Dave. I had him on the show. So I'm like, all right, this is cool. So we had a little crowd. So I'm thinking like, oh, all right, cool. Let's try this again.
Yeah.
Well, the second show it didn't do so well. We ended up going over to the A-list with Meech and Dane Turner.
Shout out to me. Let's
You know?
handshake.
So we go over there, and it didn't have as many people.
Okay.
But I had Andy McCullough on the show, and
Yeah.
you know, I'm like, I like they gonna come see Andy, but it wasn't that. It was just I marketed it wrong,
Right.
and it didn't do well. So I'm just like, man, maybe it's over for this.
Oh man.
Maybe it's over for the show. We had a good run. We did a couple shows.
Yeah.
And we came together. So me, Reg, Sean, and Gerard came together. We was in the basement, and I said we need to do a ladies' night. $5, ladies' night. Put it back at therapy. That mug was so deep.
Yeah.
I said, this is it right here.
Yeah.
So we like, let's add food to it. We added food. I had Mark Paul Gregory on there. You know, he did.
Yeah,
That was,
yep,
for
yeah,
real,
yep.
if he out there listening, I think that was his first comedy. And now this man is worldwide.
Yeah.
Not saying it was because of me. He had the talent.
Right.
But it like he got on the show, man. And,
Right. He
you
got
know,
the bug.
He got that. Janelle J came on there and sung. Man, I had the mayor on the show.
Yeah.
It was.
You had Judge Little John.
Judge Little John had Joe Claire on the show, man. We had we had a couple people on
Coach
there, man.
Bullet.
We had Pull. We had Coach White, Earl White,
Shot Smoke.
Smoke. That's my man. He performed, man. It was just like it was so many people that it was just a great feeling, man. So that's
Bro,
that's
was
how
it
that felt.
like, was it, I mean, I'm just talking about the setup, right?
Like my bro Fred too. Yeah.
Was it like kind of like a night show setup where you had a desk and then you had a couch where the guests sat, or how was it?
It was just a chair, and we was set up like a night, like it was set up like Arsenio Hall.
Yep.
Arsenio Hall.
It was set up like
for
Arsenio.
sure. Yeah.
So we had that, and we had they came in, and we had you know, I did a little monologue, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And then,
came out, did your opening
you know what I'm saying? I
monologue and
did
stuff?
that. Then they came out. We had singers, we had comedians. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
LaJuan Bell was on there, man. We had. I mean, Fred, my man Fred was on there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Terry the Voice.
Terry the
Hollywood,
Voice, man.
Goodson,
Man.
Young Star,
Man.
Will Speed, a bunch of people who
Man,
Yeah.
Day Speed. I mean, it was like we had
yeah.
Premium Blend. I mean, you name it, man. I mean, if I'm missing anybody, I do apologize because you know.
Tell my man Fred Goffey.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, he was out there, man. He did a couple of my shows. You know what I'm saying? It was a couple guys that did some repeat performances, man. But those like just going back, it's being nostalgic, just going back. So when I started doing it, man, to be honest with you, it started getting to a certain level, started getting too big, and I started getting the big head.
Yeah.
Let's keep it all the way real. I started feeling myself.
I mean, you got one at the convention center.
Yeah.
Crying out loud.
But it hurt my marriage. It destroyed my marriage.
Wow.
To a certain extent, I mean, it was already some other stuff, but it destroyed my marriage.
Yeah.
Because, and it wasn't what people think, like, oh, he out there cheating. It was like my attention was so focused on that. I said I wasn't even worried about home. And she's a great woman, and it was over. You know, that's how it went down. So after that, I'm like, you know what? Now I'm a free man. I looked at it like that. So let me get out here and really do what I do. So now,
Was it? I mean, I don't. Then how does greatness become cultivated, man, inside of a marriage? Because if you really want something to grow, and you want something like what you had on the line was an opportunity for you to, man, like really find your calling. You know what I mean? So you would have to pay it a lot of attention in order for it to blossom into what you wanted it to do. Did you really feel like you completely shut your wife out, or that was just how she was saying it and how you agreed with
no, I did.
it? Yeah.
I did. Everything that happened, I did.
Yeah.
I did. It was me. It was me. I wasn't Jody anymore. I was Jody Coleman now. I'm like, man, I'm getting shout out at the club. I ain't never got shout out at the club for no reason. Jody in the building. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. Well, why you do that? I mean, I'm getting craziest inboxes from you, like from this. I'm like, am I getting catfish? No, what's this?
Yeah.
You know, and it was just too much for me to handle because I had never had it before.
Right. I mean, up to that point, a lot of people have it because, like, so at that point, like, social media is new. You know what I mean? So it's like there wasn't a playbook for us to play off of. I mean, like nowadays, like, you know what I'm saying, we got inbox etiquette and stuff like that. But back in the day, it was
a raw and uncut. It was raw and uncut, man, and it was just crazy because when you have a lot of attention from women, guess what comes? You get a lot of hate from dudes for no reason.
Absolutely.
I became public enemy #1 in dating. I'm like, what is going on? Like, what did I do to y'all? Because it was cats I thought I was cool with, but when a female come involved, they throw friendship out the window unless you're a real dude, man. Yeah. So some of the women I didn't even know, like let's say they had a boyfriend or whatever, they never said nothing to me. And now you out here doing this and that. I'm like, man. And then the stuff I was saying on Facebook, they like, oh man, you trying to just get the women. I'm like, man, it wasn't like that. Yeah. It's really how I felt. It's really shit I really did. Yeah. For whoever I was with, that's what I really did. Right. And women thought that I was gonna do that for them. Right. You know what I mean? And I'm like, this is only a selective few.
Who's that one like love guru coach guy, like the one who got like exposed whatever with like his girlfriend?
Oh, you talking about Derek Jacks? Yeah.
To me, if you look at some of your early posts, it's kind of like that kind of feel. That makes sense. Like he would say things that was like things women would find romantic. He would say those things in a very respectful manner, and he would do them in a, you know what I'm saying, like back to back to back. To the point where he getting the likes and going crazy. I'm pretty sure dudes don't like that girl liking that. Talking about you know what I'm saying. Like for instance, it'll be a post like. Like surprise your girl at work with flowers. You feel me? Like stuff like that. And then they're looking like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? So. Oh no,
definitely. And I understood their pain, but I also gotta do it. I gotta do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? It's because if you really hollered at me, you know I ain't really that type dude. That's and that no, I'm talking about I ain't that type dude that I'm not no hating type dude. I'm not trying to particularly mess your relationship. I don't know that you're not. I don't know you're not sending those flowers to her. Like why you get mad at me? You know what I'm saying? Because I gotta do what I gotta do, and I got an image I gotta portray. You know what I'm saying? Even though I really felt this type stuff, but guess what? This is how I'm getting people to come to my show.
Right.
You know, so who want to come to the show? Right. I'm a marketing major, so what else am I gonna do? And it's not that I didn't believe in that, but it's only gonna be a handful of girls that ever got that from me. Like you know what I'm saying? Every girl is not gonna get that. Every girl just because she inbox you don't mean she gonna get the flowers, the candy, and all. It's only gonna be a selective few.
That is a great point.
You know, and it's like now Jody ain't real. No, I'm just not real because you didn't get what you wanted out of me. Don't mean I wasn't real. Now you up here talking about how I did something to you, but the way you approached me, the way you came at me, I treated you the way you came at me.
Right.
And then let's keep it real. If you know, I just don't talk a lot. I hear a lot. So I know how you get down. I know you got 3 or 4 dudes. Come on, man. Stop it. I know you got, so I'm going to treat you accordingly. You know what I'm saying? So if you got to do it, I'm going to respect it. You wonder why I don't call you much. You know why I didn't text you? Because I know I don't want to interrupt you I don't want to get into with no dude because of you, because you trying to be slick. And I already know how you get down, but you think I don't. And that's the funny thing because they don't think I know.
Now, man, shout out to my girl Jessica that works here, Jessica. Man, I seen something on her story and it was real. It said you mess around and played yourself trying to play me.
Yeah.
That's it right there.
And that's exactly what you're saying right now. Yeah. You know, somebody trying to finesse you all day, but then get mad because you ended up finessing them.
But like for instance, so like at the height of this point, you know, like your opinions are valid. People are respecting your opinion. They come to your show to see your opinion. So much to the point where Brave Nate has his very first interview with you on your show.
Yeah, we did.
And that was your 1-year anniversary.
That was.
We're still kind of confusing because like, so when I think 1-year anniversary, like, so like you went from throwing parties essentially to throwing full on events.
Yeah.
So this 1-year anniversary is when we got T.O., shout out to Tommy Owens.
Yeah.
Tommy Owens. So now you got the love from the city, you got the big dogs fronting you two with it. How did that show go?
It was actually a great show. It was because I think I actually interviewed him on the show. Yes. It was his birthday party as well. So I had him on there, man. It was a real good show, man. And then it was a party afterwards. It was his birthday party. So you know we kind of collabed on that because how that even happened was I'm a type person. If I got an event and I know you got one, I'm gonna call you. Hey, Sman, what's good? Hey, you got something? Let me go ahead and do mine next week because I don't want it. Because Dayton ain't really a big enough city where you can have more than one event like that.
Right. Everybody gonna choose one or the other.
I ain't never been a hater. So guess what? So he came. He said, "Bruh, let's just have it together. No doubt.
Yeah.
Let's do it. And it ended up being real big.
Tommy did that.
Yeah, Tommy said, let's do it, you know, and I was like, word. He said, you can
Tommy
have it
is
over
dope,
at the
bro. I
convention
seen
center.
Tommy today.
That's hard, bro.
And I'm like, word? Yeah. So we came through, we did our thing, man. He had special ed on, you know, he performed and everything, man. So we did our thing, and that's how it happened. That's how that happened. We literally came together like that.
That's how you got to get rid of it. That is super, man. Shout out to, man.
Man, Tommy is the plug, man.
Oh, my God, man.
He the plug on a lot of stuff, man.
So after that event, you got to feel like right there back at the top. Because, I mean, like, you hit that one event where it didn't go as planned, and you probably got that ill feeling in your stomach before when you tried some things and it didn't work. You overcome that. What's the next move after that?
So actually, after I did the show, we ended up collabing with my man B. White, JP, and Tommy. So we said, you know what, let's capitalize off of this. So we did the day party.
Yeah. Yep.
We did the day party, and the city really had, even though it wasn't a new event, because Charlotte had been doing it for years, but it was a new event to the city. And when we did it, I think it hit the city by storm. It was almost like we had never seen anything like that. And we was able to pull it off, man, because we all had our own particular type of following. And man, it was live. It was good. Me with DJ Swift was a DJ, man. We
Shout out Swift though.
Yeah, shout out Swift.
Hey man, we did our thing, man. We had a nice little run, and people think that it just stopped. No, the venue we was having it at was no longer, they sold it, so they were no longer letting us get it, and it was just a perfect venue down in the Oregon district. It was perfect, man.
Yeah. So you also interviewed someone that we interviewed as well on our podcast, the legendary Javette. You did it at the 2011. What was that event like?
You know, it was cool because, like, you know, she's very innovative, man. She's very interesting, man. She's a beautiful woman, and she has a beautiful mind, man. And like I said, some people don't get an opportunity to really get to know. Some people just know the social media or don't even know what you tell them. And really getting to talk to her, man, I was like, man, I look at you differently. It's crazy. I got more respect for you that I was able to talk to you like that.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
yeah, for sure.
Man, you just surmised exactly.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Robin Mobley, man. J Vet, man. Age no factor.
I also give her another shout out because she's one of the legends that have been on here and has continued to promote the video after they've been here. So if anybody's already been on this stage, of course, some of y'all hit 10K and all that. It's okay to reshare, man. You can't be too cool to reshare, man. I know the damn trying to be too cool.
Oh no, I'm gonna reshare this, no doubt.
So speaking of being too cool, is I mean, like, you know, living and dating. Sometimes we just add a bunch of friends we don't know. Y'all came up with a very innovative way of doing it. You and Bray Nate said, okay, I'm gonna do a Facebook party where it's like all your friends you never met, you invite them to this party. Genius idea, by the way.
Yeah.
So, like, how did that go?
It was really good because it was funny because we had them wear name tags. Because, you know, some people catfish, but some people, I don't know whose picture they was putting up. I was joking. But nah, like, so we did that, man. And then people got to really meet. Because, you know, if you look at your social media, you only really know 25% of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If that.
Yeah. So you got a lot of people that you don't know, man. It's good to really know people and meet them. You know, and it ain't about what people thought it was. It ain't about, I'm trying to meet this chick so I can smash. No, it's actually, man, people got really good vibes, man, and they good people, and you know they never get an opportunity for that. Yeah. So you know we did it. I think we should have capitalized and did another one.
Absolutely.
But you know things happen, and we'll get in that.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, you know, I went to the event. You know what I'm saying? Like,
did you?
You know what I'm saying? I invited my little Facebook crush.
Yeah.
It was my ex, bro. She showed up. You know what I mean? It was cool, though. So we had a good time.
Yeah, it was.
Man, out of 5,000 Facebook friends that we might have, bro, I probably know maybe 60.
I think you know more.
Nah, you probably know more. You probably know more.
No,
I'm telling you, I'm telling you know him.
Bro, well, listen to me, bro. I swear, bro, I don't think I know hardly any. I mean, I know more than 60 people, but I read an article like I think our brain is only capable of knowing so many different people.
No.
How many people? I'm gonna research this. I think your brain is only capable of knowing.
I'm gonna tell you right now,
bro.
I know every subscriber on our YouTube page. So if you want me to remember your name, subscribe to us on YouTube. Smed's gonna learn your name. Smed's gonna learn 1,000.
I don't know any of you. I don't know any of you. I ain't gonna lie.
He know people. I'm telling you, the t-shirt.
God,
Hey
bro.
man,
I'm just
listen,
playing.
man, he the
I'm just
t-shirt.
playing. I
He
know
go
y'all.
for
I
your
know y'all.
mouth, man. He was doing stuff when nobody else wasn't doing it. So you know who they are, man.
I know about 6
Man,
people.
all right, let's go one by one. If we go out front, you got over that many people on there, and you know all those people that you
Shit. On my wall. Huh? No, them.
Man, all right, let's get
Bro,
this.
hell
All
no.
right.
I got face blindness
So-
too, bro. Y'all know what that is?
What's that?
It's a condition.
I ain't know.
I got a condition, bro.
you
For
making
real.
this up?
Hell nah. Face blindness. I got a condition where I can't recognize your face.
Man, I'm gonna come in here.
Don't come in here. No, yours. I will. But like somebody come in here, like let's say they come in today, and then Friday come back in and ask me about some shit that happened. I'm like, damn, hold on.
Hey man, that's called Alzheimer's. Dude.
Hey, hell no, man, bro. Look, check this out, Jody. When you was working in the public,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Man, or even at your parties that you threw,
Oh, yeah. Uh-oh.
will you
see.
remember
What I see?
them people's names?
Hey man, listen, I probably won't. I'm keeping it all the way real, but I do try to make it because I can't be like, man, what's your name again?
Yeah.
So what I do is I find out and I ask somebody else, like, man, what was their name? You know?
Yeah, I do that.
Legendary.
You got face blindness.
So then I go back and if they comment on my page, I'll be like, man, it was nice meeting you, and they blow their mind.
And
Like,
say
man, you
their
remember?
name.
Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Tag them in. Yeah, now that,
Man, let me
but
tell you my cheat code.
yeah, yes, tell me.
All right, here's my cheat code. I know people based off what they call me, right? Because I went to school, right? So when I was in school, nobody called me by my real name, right?
Right.
So anybody who know my real name, they either work at a job with me. So when I hear my name, I'm like, I know you from there. So it's not that I know them, I can associate where I know them from, and then I can decipher who they are based off of that. So they call me Peanut, you probably know me from hooping back in the day. You call me P-Dash, you know me from music. You call me my real name, you know work with me. You call me Dash, so I help you learn socks. That's how I do
But it
it.
seems like everybody in I
everybody
don't want to say this in no fucked up way.
You
But I'm
already have.
being honest. No. Listen, seriously. Like, bro, I've been working in the public since 1999.
That's a stat, though.
And having all of these different people come into my store, like, bro, when I first got this shop, man, my real goal was to remember the customers' names that came in because Mr. Rucker, man, who I end up getting my store from, he remembered my name as the owner. And man, I thought that was so major that the owner of this place knew my name. So I had that in my bag. But then, like, bro, after so long of all of that traffic coming in, like, man, we put out flyers and commercials for a while.
Right.
Bro, I had commercials on TV like damn near every other commercial, like a lot.
Yeah.
So people learn my name, and then people come up to me.
And talk to you like they know you.
Yeah, they come up to me like, Smed, what's up, bro? When you gon' Smed, and saying shit like that, and I'll be like, damn, do I know this person? It fucks you up sometimes,
These
bro.
men had the foresight to change the name every couple of years.
Yeah, like this person. All right, I'm done with you. This ain't this.
So speaking of rebranding, right? You also venture into the sports portion as well. I saw you on the SC Live with the legendary Deion Cash. So of course, since y'all was already bros, like what was that experience like for you?
It was crazy because, you know, people didn't know this or some people did. So in 2014, I had my boy Khalid. He has a cousin named Asa. Shout out to Asa. So Asa at the time was working for Fox Sports. He was a soccer anchor out there.
Yeah.
And he was like, man, I've been knowing him for years, and he was like, man, I've never seen a person that can regurgitate information on sports like you. I don't need no computer. Just ask me anything about sports. I can break it down.
Yeah.
And he was like, man, he's like, have you ever thought about getting into sports? I said, absolutely. He said, I'll call you right back. I'm going to make a phone call. He made a phone call. I think her name is Christy Brinkley. If you look her up on Fox, he sent the email to her.
Yeah.
I guess she owed him a favor. She sent it to the manager. He called me. He said, when can you get to LA? I said, when you want me there? I got to LA in 2 days. He called me on like a Monday. I was there. I had the interview on Wednesday. I interviewed with Fox Sports back in 2014. I go out there. It was crazy because the day I went out there, Terry Bradshaw was getting rushed out because his son, Rick Baronis, the kicker from Tennessee, had just died in a car wreck.
Wow.
So he was getting rushed out to a limo. So while he's doing that, they said no pictures. You can't have no pictures, nothing like that. So I'm in the front, right? I see Pam Oliver.
Yeah.
I go over there like, hey, hey. She was looking at me like, who are you? I said, I just want to say hi. She was like, anyway, got back on her phone. I said, all right, that's cool. But I still was in front of her, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I sit down. I go upstairs, and I'm talking about the Fox studio was so amazing, man. It was amazing, man.
State of the art.
It was state of the art, but you couldn't go in there. So I ended up interviewing. Saw Ronnie Lott was there. He was in the studios. They had the dude David Spade and the little dude played Turtle and Entourage. They were doing a fantasy football celebrity edition. I didn't get to meet them, but I got to see them and stuff like that. So they in these different rooms and stuff like that. So then Howie Long had walked in and walked out. He was going to the gym. I was like, that's Howie Long. I was like, where Michael Strahan at? Michael Strahan during the week is in New York.
Yeah, because he got to shoot his.
And in the weekend, he's in LA. So I'm like, damn, this is. So dude, I interviewed, did the test, did real well, came back out. His assistant came downstairs and said, here's a list of places nearby you might want to look at to live. Word? She said, did an excellent job interview. We'll be in touch. What?
Through the roof.
Right.
So I get back, I done sold my truck and everything, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I'm about to get up out of here. So about 3 weeks passed, I still didn't hear nothing. And I'm like, damn. So he finally called me back. Every time I call, I still got his number to this day. Every time I call him, he answered my call. He said, hey, what we're going to need you to do is retest. Retest again, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm going to hand you over to him. He going to take care of you. I forget the guy's name. So I go over to him, take the test. Did even better on the test on the phone than I did in person, the sports test. So, you know, if you need about Fox don't cover basketball. They don't cover NBA. They cover like NASCAR, NFL.
Right.
They don't cover baseball. They cover MMA and stuff like that. So some of them stuff, like MMA, I'm really not too good at. So anyway, I get through that. They're like, we're going to be in touch with you. So all the times I'm getting a phone call, I get an email. And I get the email, and they said, we just don't have it you're great. We just don't have it in the budget to bring you in.
Oh, God.
Man, I think I cried more than, that's the most I ever cried in my life.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, because you this close to your dream,
Yeah.
and then it's taken away from you. So it fueled my fire to make something called Against the Grain Sports that actually started with me and Gerard, and then Michael Perry, shout out to Mike Perry, Kerry Ivey, Darren Bird, BJ McKinley. We had all those guys. That's how I initially started.
Yeah.
We should do it down in Michael's. So we started the show. That's how I started.
Extreme era.
Yeah. So we birthed Against the Grain. So I had stopped. We had made a website and all that stuff, and I kind of had stopped. And that's when Dion was like, "Nah, don't stop, man, and come on my show." I said, "No doubt." Came on there and we had
SC Live.
Yeah, we had a nice little show, man, and we collab. We've been, you know, off and on collabing ever since. You know what I'm saying?
So, what was it like covering? Because essentially, I mean, like some of the biggest moments in Dayton was like 2015 when Dayton, you know, saying when Dayton Dunbar won. What was it like to see that team play and to be, you know, on the opposite side of the desk watching it?
You talking about when
Dayton Dunbar won in 2015?
Man, now first of all, man, Dunbar had a phenomenal run from like 2002 to really up to when Pullen left. Let's keep it all the way real to Pullen left. And I'm talking about to have 4 state championships, go 6 times. To have NBA players like Daquan Cook, Jaren, and Norris Cole, Aaron Pope probably would have made it too. Had Josh Benson and I mean AJ Harris. I mean this is T. You know T. Hawkins. I'm talking about guys, and if I left y'all out, I'm sorry because I watched y'all all play, man. I was fans, even though I was a Colonel White Thurgood guy because I coached for Thurgood at that time. I coached for Thurgood, but to see it, man, it made me proud, man, because these are kids that you seen when they were little. You know what I'm saying? And they grew up and they were such a team. And you know, Dunbar is a family, man. I don't care if you graduated in 72, 82, they all come and support, man. So when I seen it, man, it was just like, man, it was phenomenal for Dayton to be recognized. Because if you say Dunbar, they don't think about Dunbar, Baltimore, or Dunbar, Chicago. They think about Dayton Dunbar.
Absolutely.
When it comes to basketball.
Big dogs, they do.
Because, I mean, you know, Pullen, first of all, should be in the National Hall of Fame. If he's not in there, that's where he should be at.
Absolutely. Shout out to Pullen. So during this time, so like you coaching during the time?
Yeah, I was at Thurgood Marshall.
Okay, so like you coaching, you got that going on. You also hosting events at Cognacs and stuff like that. So I mean, was it really just bounce around the venues, following like your management, such as like T.O., or was it more or less whatever was available that weekend is where you chose your venue?
It was more or less what was available because that's at that time, and venues became more scarce. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't have opportunity to get those venues like we was getting in the early 2010s and stuff like that. So either they were shutting down or we just felt like it just wasn't the right fit for what we were trying to do. So that's why we kind of was bouncing around doing different stuff and different events because we just didn't have a home. It was no like I wish Michael's would have never closed. That was the perfect spot for what we had. Yep.
Yeah. So you finally put it together with for the M Network, and you do that with your bro
Gerard. Yeah.
Gerard. How did that come about?
Well, that was more his idea. That was really all his idea. I came aboard on his idea. Mm-hmm. So, you know, Gerard is a very innovative mind, man. People don't give him the credit on the ideas that he have, the execution that he put behind it, because there's no Jody Coleman show without Gerard McCain. And what makes that so effective is Gerard has no ego. Mm. He's not worried about who's a star. He supported me because he know I'ma always support him. And it was just like, if you got somebody, because how many dudes can really stick by a dude and the show is called the Jody Coleman Show? Right. Let's be all the way real. You know what I'm saying? And but every time he's gonna get the recognition for what he did and what he has done. But when we came up with the network, by the time he was coming up with the network, I was kind of sliding out because I had to get me together. You know what I'm saying? So I was sliding out of it, but I always supported behind the scenes. So
what was the disconnect you think when you finally made that transition? Because I'm pretty sure like you probably want to tell people, because everybody loved the Jody Coleman Show. I mean, what was the defining reason why you?
Well, first off, like I told you, it destroyed my marriage, and it destroyed a good woman. Let's make it out clear. It destroyed a good woman, and I had no place to do that. You know, I had no place because even though we weren't together, people thought we were together. So if I'm dealing with different women, oh man, this woman a good woman, why are you doing that to her? So that's where I became public enemy number one because I'm moving on to other stuff. We had an agreement. They just didn't understand the agreement. So it's like, man, we done moved on. I didn't want, hurt that situation. So it's like, man, let me step back. Let me get me together. Let me look at me in the mirror. And I didn't like what I seen when I looked in the mirror, man. I didn't like that Jody. Because I'm Hollywood at this time. I'm Hollywood. You can't tell me nothing. And I need to get away from that. I need to get back to being just Jody. Yeah. So I stepped off the scene. I stopped doing day parties. I stopped doing the Jody Coleman Show because I told Gerard when we were doing, I said, if I'm not doing it for what the purpose we started off, I said, I don't want to do it anymore. The purpose was to get people to stay and date. Now I'm throwing parties afterwards. And it wasn't, I was spending more time trying to get the parties together than I was the show and getting the questions and the people. And I was more trying to hurry up through questions because I wanted to get to the party. And when I got to that, that's not what it was for. So I knew that I had to step back, I had to finish my education, which I did, and I had to get me together because I was putting so much to everybody else. I was leaving my kids out of it. I had already destroyed my relationships. Let me get me together, and that's what I did. That's why I stepped off the scene.
Wow, man. Powerful.
Yeah, that's good insight, bro.
So here on the Butterfly, here on Let There Be a Podcast, we had a thing called the Butterfly Effect. Was there something you said during the course of the interview that I found was truly profound, something I found during the course of my research that I found that was truly amazing, right? Just judging by where you grew up at, you know what I mean? And having to bounce around, you said one thing to me that stuck with me more than anything, and that was you would go to somebody else's house just so your brothers and sisters and your siblings could eat. Yeah. The parallel I draw to that was, yeah, you having a good time. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, you doing the Jody Coleman Show. But those are feeding families. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was the people that was there or the actual mission of the project. You literally made it to where those kids didn't have to worry about stuff like that. Like you said, like your mom would go to sleep with a Pepsi and a bag of chips. Mm-hmm. You made it sure somebody else's mom didn't. What you've been through when it comes to paving the way for positive influence shows, what we have here today, where we are literally glorifying you based off things you've done in the past, and this is a wave you've already made cool. We've had so many different negative reasons to go to a club. You provided a nice, safe environment for a lot of us to go and take our ladies and have a good old time, even though it was a detriment of your own. And you staying here today still a testament of a person that's been through so much. And what you've given on this podcast is going to benefit me, Smed, my children, the viewers at home, the next Jody Coleman. And I'm pretty sure the story you told today, your bro gonna look at this way different than I could ever view that. You gave him something that he gave you because you don't know where he's at in his life. Because sometimes all it takes is just that one person to tell you, man, bro, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you. Sometimes that's all it takes is just that one person to tell you, man, you better than this. To hit your head when it came to stuff that you wanted, it paved the way for what you needed. And I feel like you are a stronger man today than you were through all of that. You still Jody Coleman to us. You know what I'm saying? Like you, unequivocally a legend, bro. And I want to tell you right here, bro, I appreciate it.
Appreciate it, man. Like it's like I don't want to get emotional, but I feel that, man, because a lot of times, man, doing what I did and people not really knowing the sacrifices because it's been some misconceptions. Oh, he's arrogant. He's he thinks he's that, and I'm really none of that. Now I'm probably some of the stuff y'all thought. I'm not gonna even lie, but if you take away the situation probably with females, which it shouldn't be an issue, but it is. Other than that, I ain't did nothing to nobody, man. I ain't robbed you. I ain't sold no dope. I ain't put no gun in your hand. I ain't told your son to do something he wasn't supposed to do. I ain't told your girl to do nothing. I ain't spit on your mom. I ain't did none of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like if you take that aspect away, and anybody that know me that's really in my circle know I'm gonna give you my. I ain't gonna just give you my Ask Josh because he still got my sweater. They know, man. My house is open to you, man. My car is open to you, man. I'm talking about the people that deal with me. So when people, because you do hear negative things about yourself, and it does bother you. You know what I'm saying? How he a womanizer, he's this, and he did this woman so wrong, but y'all don't know what we went through. You don't know what this situation was. And I never defended myself. I never would defend myself because I'm like, I'm a type of person now, believe what you just heard. Believe what you heard. Because if I gotta explain to you, you ain't nobody I wanna be around. If I gotta explain to you, you know me, and I gotta explain to you what you just heard, just go ahead. Go ahead, I'm gonna continue to live my life over here. Go ahead and believe what you believe. You wanna believe that I'm a monster? Like I said, I'm not perfect. I ain't no different than any other guy. You know what I'm saying? I made mistakes. I cheated before. Come on, man. Yeah. I done lied before. But I ain't never did some of the stuff they say. You hear egregious things about, and it does mess up your future relationships. You get with women and you think this the one, and then they come back and tell you all this stuff that you done heard from this dude, this girl, this, that. And it's just like, man, get to know me. If you get to know me, you ain't gonna believe none of that stuff. And I'm not saying, like I'm saying, I'm not gonna get on here and say that I didn't do the things that y'all said I did. I've done some of them. I did, but I ain't do all of them.
I don't feel like we should be staple to our mistakes.
Well,
go ahead.
Just from me, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, we done talked a few times, but really, I've never known you that well. But my perception of you has always been somebody who is polished. Like, I done looked at you like just a good bro. You know what I'm saying? They say good shit. And I don't know, like, man, I think sometimes the negative things that we hear, it sticks out. Like, for example, if somebody you got to get 16 compliments to wipe away one negative comment about you. And I've never heard people bash you at all. Yeah. I see the Facebook post that you put on there. I see a bunch of likes. Yeah. It seems like a lot of people support you. Absolutely. To me.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think that even the naysayers deserve any type of voice here.
Right.
Because the shit's simply not true. Like, bro, the way that you came and expressed like how you was down and out, how you've been a father, you went to the Marines, all of this selfless shit, man, and even if somebody, you like, bro, I ain't worried about no damn, I ain't saying we ain't worried about Black Lives Matter, but not when I'm in this foxhole.
Right.
I'm here to protect my bros that we done came up with this agreement with. You got integrity, bro, and loyalty.
Yes.
Like, Seriously. And everything that I hear about you, I mean, not hear about you, but I hear you're saying tonight, magnificent.
Absolutely.
A1. Like, bro, anybody would love to have a friend like you. Bro. Seriously. Like, I don't see nothing but a polished person. And shit, all I can think of for you, my overwhelming thought is the best is yet to come.
Absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely.
bro, you a real dog, bro. Man, number 1 out of 500 Marines. Let's talk the best of the best. The Marines are the best, and you was the best in your class.
Yeah.
Coming from Parkside, coming from Hilltop,
That's crazy.
didn't graduate, ineligible, didn't let that shit stop you. You flipped the script, joined the Marines, and then ended up being the best. Some people don't even, like, bro, some people don't even know they kids, bro, whatsoever. But here you are with your kids, struggling down to the bone, ain't looking to give them off to nobody, ain't doing none of that. You figuring out a way to take care of them. You know what I'm saying? And as you should, the Most High, if you never down, right, you really don't know what you don't feel good about being up because you just win all the time. You know, a loss really makes you enjoy your wins. And the Jody Coleman show, like, without me even knowing it, like, we doing something like the Jody Coleman show right now. Concept is very similar.
You know what I'm saying? A live studio audience, some music, some jazz going on.
But it's really, dare I say, great minds think alike.
Absolutely.
I love this, man.
Because what we doing is we're actually bringing you on your own show.
Welcome to the Jody Coleman show.
We trying.
Hey, man,
Man, we bringing people.
That's hard, bro.
Like, bro, we proud of you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I brought you on here because my only vision and vibe of you is an outstanding person, bro. A legend.
And bro, I'll come through your life. That's all I saw was legendary shit, bro.
Oh,
I
man,
promise.
anybody that, like, sometimes, bro, I'm telling you, man, one person or 2, 3, 4 might say some little dumb shit to you, and you think that that's the overwhelming opinion of the masses, and it's simply not true. It's just this jealous person. It's just this person that got the game wrong. Like, people really be getting shit fucked up a whole lot. And then for them, like, man, there's absolutely no reason. I can't come to Peanut about his mistakes. You know why? Because I'm focused on my own. And for anybody to tell you what's wrong with you, they got the game fucked up. Why? Because they got their own shit to fix. How can I tell Peanut his out? Like, if I'm studying this man that much, I'm off track. I'm off track, bro. It's all about you. Like, you should be so busy fixing yourself that you don't even notice what's wrong with someone else.
Life is a one-player game, man.
Man, all day. It's okay for me to help my brother.
Absolutely.
It's okay for me to give you, just if it's coming from a place of love and you ask me, or I'm just hollering at you. Ain't no way that I can say shit bad about anybody for that long, man, because I have my own front door to sweep around, bro.
Right, man.
Yeah, man. Jody Coleman, baby.
Yeah, man.
Jody Coleman, Legendary People
appreciate
Podcast.
it, man.
Man, one of the hardest interviews we done did, bro.
The most vulnerable interview we've had. man.
Yeah.
Unequivocally.
Man, bro, I can't wait to clip it.
Yeah.
I can't wait to clip it, bro. That was
bro.
that moment was real, bro.
Yeah.
And I think all of us have been there to a certain extent, bro.
Absolutely.
Peanut, back to you, bro.
Oh yeah, so I'm gonna do a couple little quick hits, a couple things we didn't get to yet. The affiliation with the dating switch. I saw that was a.
Hey, listen, man. Like, this man over here, he just gave me my flowers. I gotta give you yours.
Yeah, appreciate it.
This man called me when we were doing Against the Grain. Called Gerard. We got in touch with him and put money in my hand. He put money in my hand to promote, to advertise the dating switch, and I got your nephew, right, Justin?
Yeah.
Played with them. He played for me.
Yeah.
Thurgood Marshall.
Yeah,
Played for him.
Justo.
Where is he at anyway? I'm gonna get him later. That's my guy.
Justo is a king at what he's doing.
Oh, no
bro.
doubt. He used to stay at my house, man. Him and Mike Mills. And,
Yeah.
they used to come over to spend the night when we going over Coach Coleman's house.
T works here.
Yeah, I seen T on here,
Yeah.
man. T was a year before I got there.
Okay.
So I got Justo the next year, his senior year,
for sure.
and Mike Mills and my nephew DJ Darnell's son. So and then I see what you have done with Marmar, man. This dude became a beast out here, man. I remember doing an interview with Marmar, man, and this man he's always on some real stuff, and this ain't got nothing to do with what he just did for me. I was talking to somebody before I came on here. Ben just the realest. He got no hate in his heart.
None.
You feel me? Like he's able to do this and have no selflessness. He reminds me so much of what Gerard is to me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because he's so selfless. Like he been doing T-shirt King. He used to do commercials for Go For Your Mouth. Even though I wouldn't do it personally, but
Yeah.
I was like, man, this man is an entrepreneur. He'd be like, hey, he used to always put, start your business today.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, damn, but how? But how? And this man graduated from college. I know you went to Wright State. You graduated, didn't you? I know that. Yeah, I know. So I know this stuff too, and it's just because, man, it ain't what he did. It's just the fact that he reached out to me. Like, I'm like, me? Like, call me. And we went and we did business together, man, and that was just phenomenal. And outside of that, man, I've never heard anything bad.
Damn.
And when I say anything bad,
Yeah.
this dude, I don't know what I'm like. Is he paying people not to say nothing bad? But it's general. It's like that, and how Justo, how he look at you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that speaks volume when you got a kid in high school. And Justo, he gets
he turned.
but he always knew his uncle.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And for what he doing, from your business being over there to coming right here to a nicer venue, a bigger venue, and then to do this, man, it's just like, man, you got to give flowers and I'm gonna give my flower. And I'm meeting you.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, this dude, man, he did research on me. He know about Josh. I'm like, I ain't know about that. So it's just like, man, it's just like this right here, man. It's just like, man, this is what I needed, man. Sometimes you don't know what you do for people, man.
Yeah.
And I'm a type person that I get to myself sometimes, and I'm more hard on myself than anybody can be.
Yeah.
And to know that people really, really do care about you, man, it's amazing to me, man, and I appreciate it. So
Yeah, man. Shit.
Bro, I want to say, you know what I'm saying, like, bro, we definitely appreciate you, man, like, for real. And the simple fact is, like, we need more of this, man, where, like, we are bonding with brothers, because a lot of times we don't have that positive coping mechanism when it comes to men. There's a bunch of female support groups. We need a black man support group.
Like, seriously.
For real. So, man, you gonna read some couple of things?
Yep, let me read some of these comments.
Legendary
real
comments,
quick, man.
legendary comments.
Legendary, bro. Hey, coming up on the Legendary People podcast, man. Let me tell y'all what we got cooking over here, bro. We like really going crazy. We got Greg Yaloho tomorrow
No doubt.
Fire.
No doubt.
from Yaloho Wire Wheels, man. Greg is a for real beast, bro.
Right.
He's zooming in from Indianapolis to come and kick it with us, bro. We got Jeff Mims,
Yep.
the future mayor of Dayton.
Yeah,
Let's
absolutely.
go ahead and speak it into existence for my bro,
Absolutely.
man.
The king.
We got Jeff Mims coming. Then on Monday we got Brandy Hoskins,
Yes. Legend.
WNBA,
Legendary.
right?
Yeah, Ohio
Right?
State, you know what I mean?
Big dog. Then we got Mark Baker coming.
No doubt.
Yep.
Mark Baker,
Yeah.
State
real
championship.
dog,
Yeah, man.
state champion.
1987. I
Mark
saw that game on. I saw it on VHS, man.
Baker. We got from the Gem City Market, which is the man. If y'all haven't been to Gem City Market, bro, you tripping, bro. Because hey, I'm talking about super clean, everything fresh. I love it. We got Amaha Selassie.
Oh my God, yeah, man. That's
He
gonna be-
coming. So from what I hear about Amaha, man, he's very wise, bro. He gonna drop game on us, revolutionary.
I cannot wait.
Shout out to Marlon Shackelford for hooking me up with that. And then on Thursday we got Will Nove coming in, Thrill Nove,
Oh
man.
my God.
We got a for real politician. Like the
yeah, he
politicians
doing
gotta
his
come
stuff.
That's
to
the
the Legendary
one.
People podcast
That's
right
the one that's
now.
written on my list for sure. I went to school with him. He's my big bro, man.
Then I got Desiree Timms coming on.
Look at this, man.
We going crazy, bro.
Yeah.
And then take flight Chris MF Wright from the Flight Academy coming in here. Got
Hey, he
Chris
doing his
Wright
thing,
coming
man,
in
for
here.
real, man.
Then on the 27th, I got DJ Jelly.
DJ Jelly.
Oh, no doubt.
Man,
That's big. That's huge. That's huge.
Crazy, bro.
He too major.
That's huge.
He too major, man. I'm very thankful, man. Jelly gonna come in here. I got PK Sam's coming from the New England Patriots.
No doubt.
He gonna come in. So, man, we got a nice lineup coming through. Still got to get Coach Powell, not the other Coach Powell, Alfred Powell. He gonna come through, and we got YD Hoodrow, and I'm gonna do my legendary interview too with Peanut.
Absolutely.
So, man, we gonna just keep it cooking, man, and keep it rolling. Some of the comments, man, we gonna get to these over here.
Smith, real quick, can I suggest somebody?
Yes,
Get
sir.
my man D Jones on here, man.
Who that, bro?
D Jones, man.
D Jones?
Get D
Derrick Jones?
No, Donald Jones.
Oh, Donald Jones. Get Donald. Yeah,
Get
Donald
him on
Jones
here.
is my bro.
Yeah, no doubt. Get him on here. That's my man.
Man, for sure, man. Let's link it up. You know what I'm saying? We gonna put him on the calendar, bro. Man, it ain't just everybody that's got this local celebrity status, because everybody got stories, man, that we can take things from, bro, and just apply it to our life, learn from, or help inspire people that's going through similar situations. So, but D Jones definitely, man, he definitely worthy, bro.
And he got legendary nominations, so you know what I'm
Let's
saying?
get
We
it.
doing those now. Legendary nominations.
Legendary nominations.
Legendary nominations.
Okay.
Legendary nominations.
Derrick Jones too, though, bro. Derrick Jones has been in all kind of movies. He down in Atlanta. He from the View with us, man. We got Kevin Easley. Kevin Easley gave us a shout out, Peanut. He said, y'all one up on all other podcasts for
Thank
real.
you, man.
Yeah, I
No
appreciate
doubt, yeah.
that. Big Kiara Wine.
That's my man.
Yes,
That's
sir.
my
He
man
said
right there.
another one of my brothers. What's up, fam?
Foundation.
E said that Larry Stevens was his cousin, and it was real shit that he was a dog like that, for real. Terrence Rodriguez.
That's his uncle. Yeah.
He said that you was D Wade before D Wade.
Wow.
For real.
Wow.
He's, what we got? Oh, so when you was just telling your story, bro, about, you know what I'm saying, when you was kind of down for a minute, Ty Jean, Coach Ty. Yeah, he said, damn, bro, he was really feeling it, and he gave you one of these symbols. You feel
We
me?
coached together, man. That's my man.
Yeah, man. Coach Ty, he was with me with the swish.
Yeah, he was over at Thurgood.
Yeah, he was. Sure enough. And then Kevin E said, clap it up. Shaq checked in and said, little bro. And then Coach Alfred Powell, he gave you your flowers.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man.
You know what I'm
He
saying?
a
Coach
legend,
Powell,
man.
we want you to come on the
He a
show,
legend,
bro.
man.
We definitely gonna get
He's
you
a
in
legend,
here.
man, for real.
I'm D gave me your number. I'll be calling you one day this week to put you on the calendar, because I definitely want you on here, bro. Man, it's the Legendary People Podcast. Man, I love everybody, bro. You guys make sure y'all eat at Sheets for breakfast, Agnes All Natural Grill for lunch. If you ever get injured, call attorney Michael Wright. If you want to get some wine, drink Kiara Wine, of course, with my bro Big Antoine Cunningham. You seen him in the comments, man. The peach peanut.
Pleasure Peach is my favorite kind, man.
And then we got theshoparea.com. So you guys, it's all to the good, man.
Speaking of which, she's sending me a product for me to show live on air. She
Really?
said take 4 days. So she said, hey, hold her to the fire. That should be here in 4 days.
In
Remember?
4 days, y'all. So Monday we should have it. We're gonna give her the benefit of the day.
Yeah,
Monday.
yeah,
Monday?
yeah.
All right, Monday we're gonna see what she sent us, man. It better be good too, man, because it's my gift. Okay. All right, Peanut, to you, and then Jody, we want you to take us up out of here, bro. So Peanut, it's on you, King.
It's your boy Peanut, aka Dash Resource. I do sell stocks, not dope. Every Sunday, 8 o'clock p.m., where I teach people easy ways of making money in the stock market. Or we go over some of my picks from the previous week. I do picks every single day on my page. Need help with that? You can always send me on dashresource.com. DM me, I get your portfolio together. Man, I'm gonna say Smith, man, bro. I think you get the game ball this one, man.
For real,
Yeah.
you got it, bro.
Nah, come on.
You got it, bro.
Come on.
Man, Jody.
Joe, you get the
game ball. I ain't gonna even lie, bro.
I appreciate that.
I ain't gonna
man.
lie. Man, Jody, take us out of here, bro. What you got for us, bro?
Hey, man, I just want to appreciate what Smith got going on, man, the Legendary Podcast, man. Really, really representing. I'm definitely a fan of what you got going on, man. Peanut, man, great interview, man, great interviewing skills. I'm seeing it like, man, and I'm critiquing like, this dude is good, man.
That's
This dude,
a lot of compliment.
Man.
hey, for real, I'm like, this dude is good. Like, this is how you supposed to do it, man. And he got his research. He did his thing, man. For you to know that me and Josh, I'm like, man, did he call Josh or something? Like, what's going going on? So, man, I appreciate Smith. Keep doing your thing, man. I'm definitely, hopefully I can come back, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Bro, we can talk sports, bro. We got the NBA season coming up, bro.
Wait, because I want to ask you about when you had smoke with Stephen A. Smith. Y'all doing the debate?
Man, so real quick, man.
Come on, hold on. Bro, can we talk, Jody, can we talk sports for just a few minutes,
Yeah,
bro?
please.
You got time?
I got time. I'm already here. Let's go.
Yes.
But the Stephen A. Smith joint, so they had like a little thing going on where you put on there. So the situation, this is when Dak Prescott he took over for Tony Romo.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be honest. I didn't think that Dak Prescott should have started over Tony Romo. And the reason why I thought at the particular time, because I'm like, man, I don't want them ruin a black quarterback. I want him to have an opportunity. Didn't think that he was going to do that. And at the time, Tony Romo was at the top of his game when he got hurt.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, Tony Romo should be in the lineup. I think they should give him a little bit more pass protection. They should cater the game more around him and get a better defense. And Stephen A. Smith kind of had commented back like, I was smoking dope. What's up, man? So it's like,
he commented on your post.
It was on Twitter. He got on Twitter, so it was just like, man, this dude actually heard what I said, and it was just like, man, it's crazy, man, for somebody to say that. And I wish that I would have really had the opportunity to talk to him and really chop it up with him, man, and see how he got. And it's more or less who he is as a man. How did he get there, man? Right. You know, he didn't play professional sports. So how did you get on ESPN? And I never knew how to do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a sport question, which is a hot take, which is the John Gruden situation.
Man, you know what? I'm glad you said something about the John Gruden situation. The thing that I'm more fascinated with is who was he emailing? Why? Who was he emailing?
Yeah.
Because come on, if you're talking to somebody, he ain't talking to himself.
Yeah.
So what was the response of who he was sending it to?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know. Hey, we gonna throw the rocks. Let's throw the rocks and quit hiding our hand. And John Gruden is a beast. Okay, he gonna take his, because it was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It was, and I'm not giving him a pass. But what I'm saying is, who was he emailing, and who are we really trying to cover up for? Is he the fall guy? Because you ain't emailing yourself. How can you email yourself?
Right.
Yeah, and he had to feel comfortable enough to send
say
this to the person
what he
that
said.
he's sending it to. Yeah.
So the other shoe is gonna drop, but him being out as head coach is the right decision without a doubt. I'm really upset because Vegas was really heading in the right direction.
They were.
You know, and I think this is going to be a distraction, and I see them having a bad rest of the season. Or maybe they rally together and feel like they is us against the world like Raider way. That's the Raiders way. But John Gruden, man, I don't think he should ever really show his face again when it comes to sports, man. I think it's a wrap, man. And it's crazy because he play quarterback at UD.
Wow.
Man, what about Kyrie?
I was just talking about that. I really feel like the way that they're treating Kyrie is unjust. It's crazy that y'all want to force this man to get a vaccination in his body that he doesn't believe in. Mm-hmm. So you tell this man to put this vaccination in his body, and I'm hearing all these comments, trading him, just get rid of him. No, that's not how you do it. And first of all, he's going through something. Kyrie is going through something as a man.
On the mental health side.
I really think he should get with Charlamagne the God and find out about his mental state. But as far as basketball-wise, he's not the same player he was when he was with Cleveland. Mm-hmm. So now he's being let's get rid of it. Let's go get Ben Simmons.
Well, wait a minute. Kyrie ain't as good right now as he was when he was with Cleveland.
I think that he was the best compliment LeBron James ever had, and that's including D-Wade.
Wow. Kyrie kind of good right now.
I'm not saying he good, but we talking about at the time. I thought Kyrie was maybe the second best point guard behind Steph. Like Dame Lillard wasn't touching him at that point, man.
Kyrie ain't got a chance to show his stuff that much because of injuries. Absolutely. But when Kyrie is on the court with Kevin Durant, he looks.
How often has that happened?
Right.
He been kind of injured. KD was injured. They was going through injuries, but
I need a sample size piece of Kyrie.
Kyrie
I need a sample size piece of Kyrie to actually gauge. I'm not gonna say Cleveland. I'm not gonna say Brooklyn. I'm gonna say Boston.
But
that's your sample size of him, and that is who he truly is to me as a player.
What, by itself?
That's who he is in Boston, or because to me, I don't want to say
or in Cleveland when he
didn't
have LeBron.
Because he had to get over the hump first. I mean, like once you get that first chance.
I mean, Kyrie kind of act a little funny towards LeBron, but Kyrie wasn't doing shit till LeBron got.
No doubt. I mean, he was putting up numbers because I think he did make an All-Star game.
But that was in the lottery though. Every year, Cleveland was getting number one pick after number one pick.
He's not a number one. Right. He's never going to be a number one. So with any of that being said, is this. the vaccination. I want to put this, and this is what we talked about.
Yeah, put it in the box.
Why is it that everybody want to make this man get the vaccination, but when it comes on the other aspect of women having their rights to not have an abortion, women had a right, and I believe women should definitely have a right.
Their body, their choice.
And just like it's Kyrie's body and his
baby?
choice. But I'm just putting it in perspective. I'm just trying to just give you a something that can be comparable.
So you give a microphone down there.
And then we sitting up here, and you're gonna tell this man that, well, we need to trade him because you don't want to comply to our rule. That's not fair, because it has been people that die from the vaccination, and he might be that 2% that die. Yeah. And then what you gonna say?
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So that man has a right to not put something in his body that he doesn't understand and what's going in his body.
I think so too.
Yeah.
But
I think that Kyrie got some type of consciousness that's going on, man. You know, it's hard for me to say that Kyrie is crazy just because to him, he's seeing things in a different lens. Like, bro, he kind of like on some woke type vibe for real. And he don't believe in the vaccine, you know?
I'm going to say this, for instance. So, to me, I would think that at that level, right? Because, for instance, I mean, like, you got people out here who are highly educated with lesser resources than Kyrie. Mm-hmm. For him to still be at that point with all of this information at his fingertips, all the money in the world to research, all the time in the world that he's not playing, I'm more inclined to believe a person who's at that level of thinking, that level of accessibility, that level of resources, rather than Joe Blow who just Googled on his phone all day.
Right. I will add this. This is not a good thing for Brooklyn, because I don't think you can win a championship with this type of distraction, though.
At all.
So I will say that.
I don't think. Yeah, can Brooklyn win without Kyrie? If it wasn't a distraction, if it was just KD and Harden, is that enough to win?
It's not. I don't think they can beat. I don't think they can win at all. I think they can make a push, but I think Milwaukee has a chip on their shoulder, even though they won, because they feel like they the weakest team to ever win a championship. So, and right now Giannis is probably top 3 in the world.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
People say he ain't got no moves. Okay, then stop it.
Yep.
He got 50 and 14 in the biggest game of his life.
Yeah.
So Milwaukee is coming in. It's kind of a good thing to come in with a chip, because you don't even feel like they the defending champs.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you know what the Western Conference is a gauntlet.
Yeah.
The Western Conference is a gauntlet. You got the Los Angeles Lakers, the Los Angeles Clippers. You got Denver, who was my favorite before Jamal Murray got hurt. Jamal Murray's a dog.
Man, Golden State.
Golden State is back to Golden State is as good as they were, not when they had KD, but right before they got KD. They're that good.
I agree.
And then you go back, you got Utah, you got Phoenix. Phoenix is gonna feel slighted.
Yeah.
You got those particular teams. So it's gonna be might be one of the best NBA seasons that I've seen in a long time, as far as we don't know who's gonna win it.
So the Lakers, we 3-0 right now. We actually probably playing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Are you concerned about how good the Lakers will be because of this preseason so far, or do you think that it's just preseason and you shouldn't study it too much?
My thing is with the Lakers, LeBron James still play for them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be okay.
Yeah, all right.
I still, because people get on me all the time, I think Kawhi Leonard is the best player in the league. And everybody be like, oh, Jody, man, come on, LeBron's still playing. I'm going by what I feel because of what he has done. Because people forget that Kawhi Leonard has 2 championships. Yeah. And both of the championships he has, nobody on that team averages more than 20 points a game.
That's a stat, and that's a bar, because it's a stat and a stat.
And he's been Defense Player of the Year. He still put up 25. He still gave you 5 rebounds, 5 assists. So when I look at these particular things, it's like durability, getting hurt in the playoffs, not being a vocal leader. Sometimes that does affect you. But when you got LeBron James on the Lakers, and LeBron is going to be at a rest a little bit more because they got a guy named Russell Westbrook, who is probably one of the best regular season players that we have ever seen. Yeah. How is he the 29th ranked player when he averaged a triple-double damn near his whole career? How is he the 29th player? Who is doing these votings? Just because you don't like Russell, you can't take away what he's done. So now LeBron's going to be at a rest. AD's going to be at a rest. Mm-hmm. And they're still going to win games. They may not be the number 1 seed, but they will be in the thick of things. So don't worry about an 0-3. First of all, they ain't even playing their starters. They're not doing no plays.
What's wrong with the Lakers not playing LeBron, Russell Westbrook, and AD all in the same game? Hopefully they started them tonight. But what's the strategy behind that? To me, that's some dumb shit. It's like, what are you like hiding what they can do together for?
I think you're working through different packages. It's like,
but no, you.
No, wait, let me ask. to me, you work yourself through different packages, such as like you want to test out a lineup because like you know what you can do with these players on the court. Yes, because but it's like you still want to have like for instance, like remember when Miami won, right? Sometimes you would have it where LeBron wasn't on there and it was Wade and you know like they spelled each other. Mm-hmm. I think you test that out to see if you got that in your bag.
But why not play them at all together?
Because
like you're not playing them at all.
Because on the practice team, they're probably already getting those reps already. I mean,
yeah, but what about the game though? Because when you go live, all that practice shit is different. Like when it's time to like really put into motion what you've been practicing all of this time, it hit a little bit different when you playing against people who don't gotta play dumb.
Hold on. LeBron James still play for them, right?
He do play for him.
Okay, as long as he plays for them.
I mean, I love LeBron and I love King James, man. That's my bro, and I always
love him. He named his name twice.
I always think that they got a chance to win, but like AD ain't been playing. The last year, AD did not play well at all.
Right.
Even before he got hurt, AD was. I don't know if it's because they won the championship, but he seemed a little bit different. Russell Westbrook has had 15 turnovers in the 2 games that he played.
Yes.
He was 4 for 13 shooting so far. And LeBron ain't been playing. I don't know. I mean, to me, I just think that, man, like preparation is a big deal. And even though you might play these different, you got the whole course of 48 minutes in order to tinker with the lineup and let different people come in and play with each other. But to me, I think that building that chemistry, because we got a very new team, bro. None of these players have played with each other at all. The only people returning from last year is AD, THT, and LeBron. Mm-hmm. That's it. And none of these other players have played with each other. And I just don't understand the mindset to say, well, we don't want to let everybody see what we're about to do. Because, bro, you got 82 games.
I don't think that's the case. I'm going to go ahead, and, if I may.
Yeah.
I think that Anthony Davis is Mr. Glass, and they want to preserve him as much as they possibly can. So why play him now? Westbrook can't shoot. You can name it all stats. That's what he's been shooting his whole career. He's really not a shooter. So 4 for 13 is his regular shooting. That's what you're going to get from Westbrook. And he's 32. LeBron James is 36, about to be 37. He doesn't need to play. So far as you saying they need to play together, they will. They'll take the first part of the season up until the All-Star break to figure it out. They're a veteran-led team. You got Melo, you got Rondo, you got White Howard, you got all these they're veterans, and they have played together. Yeah. So guess what? And LeBron, remember they not all at the same time.
Like Rondo, you got
LeBron,
White Howard.
LeBron, AD, and Westbrook have not all played in the same.
Not at the same time. I'm saying. No, I'm saying.
They know what they got.
Yeah, and I think
right now.
But right now, but I think you don't want to. When do you want to gel? You don't want to gel at the beginning. You want to gel at the end.
Well, you want to start preparing yourself immediately. I mean, I just think that sometimes, man, study long, study wrong, and you can overthink things and be too wise for your own good, and not playing your players as though you're trying to. I don't know. It seems weird. It seems weird. Yeah, hide the secret sauce, but dude, you got 80. You can't disguise what you're going to do because you got an 82 game season. That would only work for the first game. After that, it's on the flow.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
They'll be okay. Lakers will be fine.
Yeah, no doubt. But I don't know. I like to do it to pursue it, to get through it.
Do you want to go 82-0? That's your problem. You know what I'm saying?
Look at dude on the wall, okay?
Dude want to go
sign a ticket with the roster, okay?
Man, like, hey, I ain't the only one, bro. Like, Laker Nation, bro, is all looking at our team like, bro, we looking kind of stale.
Cause y'all spoiled. That's why.
Yeah.
Y'all spoiled, man.
What about Ben Simmons, bro? He came back to the Sixers practice facility today. Who you put the onus on for? You said Kawhi was the best player in the league. Mm-hmm. When they blew that series against the Denver Nuggets, up 3-1, was it Kawhi's fault more or Doc Rivers' fault more?
I'm going to go ahead and go with Kawhi Leonard. I think Kawhi Leonard at that point in time, and I'm projecting you as being the best player in the league. You just came off of a championship. Mm-hmm. You have to find a way to win that. I don't care what Doc Rivers called. You have to find a way to win it. And I think what I didn't like out of Kawhi is I feel like he was satisfied with the championship prior to, because the rumors,
the Toronto championship.
Yeah, the rumors came out that a lot of those players, like Paul George, was going through depression during the bubble, and a lot of players was really losing because they was ready to go home.
Yeah.
But I don't want to make that an excuse, and I can understand that being away from your family for three months in a bubble, you can't have any contact with them, and I think that's a problem. I think that was a problem, but everybody was going through the same thing, and I think that they lost that series because Kawhi Leonard, it looked like he checked out. Even before they got to Game 7, it looked like he checked out. So it's Kawhi Leonard.
Doc Rivers, scale of 1 to 10 as a coach.
Wow. You ain't gonna like this. 10 being the highest.
10 being the highest.
5.
5.
5.
Peanut, what'd you give me?
Man, he was a black coach.
That's why I got a 5.
I'm always gonna
Don't say 10.
I'm gonna give him 8, man. Look,
Doc Rivers?
being a championship coach is something you can't just scoff at. Being a championship coach is a stat. Go ask Jerry Sloan if he will change some of them winning seasons for one championship.
With Rondo,
With Jerry Sloan,
with Rondo, Garnett, Paul Pierce,
I
and
don't
Ray
think-
Allen, if you didn't win a champ, he only got one.
If Jerry Sloan would trade in some of those,
I bet he would, but
Doc Rivers
for one
But
championship.
Doc Rivers blows shit, bro. He just blew the Sixers. he blew all them games, man, with the Sixers this year.
I'm gonna give him a 5 because he had, people forget he started with Orlando, had T-Mac, was up 3-1 on the Detroit Pistons, didn't pull it out. Let's not forget that. He leaves the Orlando situation as if he did great. He goes to a Boston situation. They don't win that championship unless, because people forget they had the number 2 pick in the draft, which ended up being Kevin Durant. And they traded that number 2 pick to get Ray Allen. They already had Paul Pierce. They were going to trade Paul Pierce. People don't know that he was going to be traded, and they end up getting Kevin Garnett basically for Al Jefferson. So when they brought him in there, Rondo was never the player he was. He ended up developing to being that player. People forget he was a 22nd pick overall, and he went to, and please check my stats on that. I think it was 22nd pick overall to Phoenix.
Right.
He went to this team. Not to mention they had James Posey. Not to mention they had Tony Allen. Not to mention they had Glenn Big Baby Davis.
Walker.
He was gone. Antoine Walker was gone.
Walker was gone. Oh yeah, he was
in
gone. Miami.
So my thing is, you have all these players, and I don't care if I would have coached that team. I think I would have won that championship. It was just divine intervention for the Celtics to win, because for you to only win one championship with that caliber of talent, come on, man.
Suspect.
It's very suspect. So that's why I give him a 5. And then he leaves Boston as if he's the man. Then he goes to the Clippers, and he basically had a smorgasbord of talent at his disposal.
Absolutely.
And he didn't coach that right.
3-1 leads.
Blew 1-3-1. How many times can you lose 3-1 leads and still be considered a lead coach?
And the problem is not only that you're blowing 3-1 leads, but like in the deciding games, bro, you up 15.
That does take away, but the fact that he has a championship,
I feel that. But then last but not least, you go to Philly, and basically you make no adjustments. So when you found out Ben Simmons didn't take a shot, he did not do it in one game. He did it in 4 different games where he didn't take a shot in the fourth quarter. Guess what a coach would have did? Guess what Darnell Hoskins would have did?
Hey.
What would he
Guess
have
what
done,
he would
bro?
have took Ben Simmons and put Ben Simmons at power forward, took the ball out of his hands, put somebody else where he can be fouled with the ball, put Ben Simmons on the block, and made Ben Simmons a down low player. He's 6'9", 230 pounds.
Man.
He would have put him on the block. He would have took him off the ball, because guess what? He's not effective because all they got to do is foul him. He's an elite defender. He's an elite defender. He can play the point guard. He could guard the point guard on the defense side and move him to the power forward and space the floor.
Man.
So he can go one-on-one. And then if he do get double, he can pitch it to Embiid to finish.
And you put him on the block down there, man, he can turn and go real
That's
quick.
my
Get
whole
to the
point.
bucket. Like
And-
turn one move and go and
But
dunk.
ain't that the exact play that they're saying is the reason why he lost? He had the ball on the block, went up to go. He could have dunked the ball,
Right.
And then he,
But
is like
but
exactly where
how
he
many
would've been.
but how many
But-
how many
but-
games
but-
did it take for them to put him on the block?
And the
I'm
coach
gonna play devil's advocate,
and bro, what you the coach, man. Coach your players' confidence, bro. You don't got no star like Ben Simmons, because Ben Simmons done had games where he hit 30 points, 40 points. Like Ben Simmons is an all-star.
Absolutely.
He was going through a confidence issue at that very moment, but Ben Simmons ain't played like that all the games of all of his career.
Right.
And as the coach, after you didn't do everything you could do, and they ask you, has this player, can you win a championship with this player? And you say, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a wrap. Me,
Like,
I would
dude,
never
like-
play for the 76ers again.
Like, man, Doc Rivers was dead wrong in every way, bro.
And I'm gonna go with Smith. And when you say he won a championship, how many times have you heard Doc Rivers blame a player? Too many times.
Right. This and that.
It's
Don't
not
do that.
his voice.
Oh,
So yeah, I gave him a 5, and only why he got a 5, taking race out of the equation, is because he had a championship. If he didn't have a championship, he'd be a 2.
Yeah.
I would take him completely out of the
agree.
equation. But to me, I put a lot of real estate in winning a championship.
No doubt.
I just do because it's not.
It is hard to do, and you're
is.
right, and everybody don't win them. But Doc Rivers got, like, for example, Eric Spoelstra.
Oh, amazing coach.
Is he?
Yeah, to me, absolutely.
I mean, you won with LeBron, D-Wade, Chris Bosh.
What he did with that Miami team that went to the bubble championship,
I think
was
LeBron
galvanizing.
wins. LeBron, you know what LeBron does, man? He takes all of these coaches who would never win to the promised land. And he wins in spite of terrible coaching. I ain't going to even say terrible coaching, but inexperience, lack of coaching. It doesn't stop LeBron. LeBron takes everybody with him. And another thing LeBron does is he builds these teams too, bro. Like, LeBron James is the architect of damn near the whole team, top to bottom, and almost the economy of these cities that he goes to. Let's say that for Cleveland. Like, LeBron did a bunch of shit, brought Kevin Love, understood Kyrie was there. He went back and built a team and made that shit happen. Eric Spoelstra, is he a good coach?
I put him at 7.
About a 7.
And the reason why I put him at 7, even though he got 2 championships, I put Eric Spoelstra at 7 because he's somebody that really had earned my respect. Because at first I thought it was all LeBron, but I've seen him orchestrate some stuff with nothing. Look at those teams.
They just make it to the championship in the
Look at those post LeBron teams, man.
All right, look. The moment he said Spoelstra 7, I'm like, man, I feel like I put Doc Rivers too high. Because to me, I think Spoelstra is a better coach than
Doc Rivers.
So, all right.
Spoelstra is a better coach than Doc Rivers?
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I would put him in there because at least he ain't blow a 3-1 lead.
He did
twice.
Blow it. No, I think Doc might be it 3 times, bro.
I know he did with Orlando with T-Mac, and I know he did it with the Clippers.
I think he might have did it with the Clippers twice.
What?
And was he?
No, he wasn't there. Remember when they had Chris Paul? He wasn't there when they had Chris Paul. Not the year that you talking about.
We gotta check.
We gotta check that. We need a fact check on that.
We'll check it. He's blown it at least twice.
I know twice for sure.
At least twice. And then this lead that he just blew with the 76, there was absolutely no reason for him to lose that series to the Hawks, bro.
Right.
And he looked like a rookie coach when he lost it. It was almost like he didn't know what was going on.
Right.
So if I'm a player and I look at my coach and you look puzzled, come on, bro. And you been there? It didn't look like it.
I think he lost 2 3-1 leads to in the Clippers because he
may have.
He lost 3-1 to Denver and then another time, bro.
On his way out.
On his way out he did, but I think earlier he might have lost one to Phoenix.
Because Phoenix had never made the playoffs since that was the first time they made it since 2011.
He lost another one. He lost. Oh, I got one for you. Kobe versus LeBron.
Kobe is the second best player of all time behind Michael Jordan. And the reason why I say it is not for what everybody think. That, oh, man, he had the killer instinct. Okay, we know that. The determining factor why I say Kobe is better than LeBron is first and foremost, he took a team that really wasn't that good. When you look at that second stint with the Lakers that they won the second 2 championships, and people forget he went to a third.
With Shannon Brown and all them.
You had Pau Gasol, but Pau Gasol wasn't the best power forward in the league. He was one of the top 5, but he wasn't the best. You had a Ron Artest who came off of the malice and the palace, so he wasn't there all mentally. You was with Shannon Brown. You had a Razor who would play for almost every team in the league. You had Lamar Odom, who he worried about Khloe Kardashian. You had Bynum, who didn't play that many games, and Bynum never turned into the player we thought he was going to be. So Kobe was Kobe, and he showed me what he can do despite not having the players around him. LeBron seems to me that he has to have a duet of players around him. And I'm not taking him. I think LeBron is great. I put LeBron in my top 5, but he's behind Magic too. And that's another story. But I put him in my top 5, but he's behind Magic, and he just passed Larry Bird in my opinion, because Larry Bird was a dog, and nobody gives that boy credit for what he does. But Kobe has showed that he can do it with or without whoever. And then to be able to play alongside of Shaquille O'Neal with the ego that Shaquille O'Neal had and the ego that he had, that was amazing to win 3 and go to a 4.
Yeah.
So to go 5 and 2 in finals appearances is amazing. And he did it his way, just like Michael Jordan did his way. He didn't have to go say, hey, man, I'm not saying that Kobe didn't ask for stuff. But Kobe didn't get it. Right. He didn't get to go play with. D Wade was at his highest level, averaging over 26 points a game when LeBron got there. Right. Not to mention Chris Bosh was coming off of 24 and 10.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? He never had that. And then LeBron had a Kyrie Irving. He went and got Kevin Love. When Kevin Love left Minnesota, he was putting up 23 and 12.
He had a 20 and 20 game of 50.
He goes to the Lakers the first year. He can't win with that team the first year. But next year you get AD, who's coming off of 27 and 12 season. Right. And then you go add the veterans that you needed. So he once again gets a person that averaged a triple-double. He still has Anthony Davis. So not taking anything, and I'm not going to ever take anything away from LeBron James, because every time you go against LeBron a little bit, everybody say you're a hater. Yeah. But Kobe did it his way. LeBron did it his way, but I don't feel like he could have did it if he wouldn't have afforded those players around him.
Right. Hey, Doc Rivers has now lost 6 series after being up 3 games to 2, and 3 after being up 3 games to 1.
So you're right. So yeah, he's a 5. I stand by the 5.
Yeah, all right, you got it. And I'm gonna say one thing about Kobe is this, man. Of course, I'm saying
Doc Rivers is the only coach to ever blow a 3-1 series lead.
Well,
no, he's not the only one.
It says this right here.
Go to Oklahoma. Go, because remember Golden State was down 3-1 to Oklahoma City with KD. That's what KD left and went to Golden State.
Yeah.
They was up 3-1 on Golden State.
Well, according to this report, Doc Rivers is the only coach ever to blow a 3-1 series lead.
Probably multiple times. That's probably what they're saying. Probably multiple times.
And one regard when it comes to Kobe.
Blow 3. Yeah. Okay. He's the only coach to ever blow 3-1 series leads. That's what it's saying.
And I remember them interviewing Scottie Pippen, and you may think that he was like a Jordan hater just based off where you think he followed on the side of the fence. But he said one thing to me that always stood out to me. He said every game Jordan tried to score 81 points, and Kobe went out there and actually did it.
That's crazy, man.
So, I mean, to me.
And he had one game where he had over 60-some-odd points, and he didn't even play the fourth quarter.
And they lost to the Houston Rockets.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. They did. Yep.
With Chris Paul and Blake Griffin, they was up 3-1.
Okay. Yeah.
For sure. For sure.
Damn, Doc. Well, this has turned into your podcast.
Right. But, hey, man, listen, man. I would love to come and do this sports thing on a regular basis.
Man, no doubt.
Man. We value your opinion, man.
No doubt, y'all. Man, all right, y'all. We'll see you guys tomorrow with Greg Uloho, man. We out of here. We love everybody.
Legendary people.